Hi. Waving. Live.
An alien!
Oh my God, are we live? Is this live right now? Well, hello
Help
everyone.
us! Sorry. Yeah,
Oh.
sure. Here we go.
Lisa, can I introduce the show?
No!
No, you just don't want to die first.
I'm just buying us 4 minutes.
That won't help you now. Hey everyone, I hope everyone out in WebDM Twitchlandia is doing great this evening because it's going to turn bad, at least for us here on the screen. We are, damn it, I just looked up at Travis and what he's doing. We are excited to bring you a little taste of the Alien RPG from Fria Ligan Publishing. They are the developers of Tales from the Loop. And so I hope that tonight is a blood-spackled gore fest, and it is the true encapsulation of what it is to experience Alien or aliens or anything like that. I want to hit up our sponsor, Tabletop Loot. If you head over to tabletoploot.com and use WebDM15, you can get 15% off of dice, mugs, and t-shirts. So please support our sponsors because they support us. So I'm going to throw it over here to our GM, Rudy. How's it going, sir?
I'm good. I am the game mother, which is the official term of the GM in this game. They're coming out swinging with Alien, the role-playing game. Game mother, pretty good. Yeah, so like Prue said, this is Alien, the role-playing game. It is not out yet, but if you pre-order it now at Fria Ligan's website, you can get access to this, which is the cinematic starter kit, which includes one scenario and most of the rules of the game. Pretty exciting. So let's talk about what the scenario, or no, let's introduce the rest of the players first. Yeah, my name is Rudy Basso. I'm the co-owner of Don't Split the Podcast Network, which is a tabletop role-playing game podcast network. We got APs, we have interview shows, analysis shows, lots of good times. So let's go around. For now, just introduce yourselves and what you do in the WebDM and tabletop gaming world. And let's start with Jim Davis.
Hey, how's it going, folks? I am a co-host over here at WebDM, and I'm going to be playing a roughneck, a real space trucker, someone who spent their life out here on the frontier, helping these colonists and the like. So we're super excited to play Alien RPG here, and yeah, glad to have it on the channel.
Nice. Moving to your right on the overlay, let's go to Trav. Yes.
Man, what's going on right now? Producer Trav for producer of WebDM. Saying I'm thrilled to be here is putting it mildly. I'm in the midst of a bad Alien kick. I've been playing Alien games the last couple months here on the Twitch world, and thrilled to be playing the new one with my brothers in WebDM and the incredible, the amazing Lisa. Yes, you dear. It's amazing to be here. Can't wait to play this game. Just gonna sip my coffee and get ready to die.
Well, we'll see if you die or live for... Yeah, you'll probably die. And last, we already met Prue, so let's go to Lisa Penrose. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm scared. Help. My name is Lisa. I am the community manager for the Dungeon Masters Guild, the D&D Adventurers League, and also the social media manager for Dungeons and Dragons. In addition to doing a podcast on Rudy's network, Don't Split the Podcast Network, called Behold Her Podcast, which is all about women in tabletop RPGs. And I write D&D, do a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I'm excited to outlive everybody. I'm just going to hide in a closet the whole time and making for good gaming and good viewing.
The newt strategy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
A very effective strat. Okay, so let's jump right in and let's talk about what's happening. What's the story, Mother? You are all space truckers on the Starfreighter USCSS Montero, running the Gauntlet, the trade route between Anchor Point Station and the frontier. Your ship's cargo hold is packed with dozens of tanks of the rare gas helium-3. Usually, cargoes such as these are towed in massive tanker modules that transport much higher concentrations of the gas a safe distance from a freight hauler. The Montero isn't rated as a commercial towing vehicle, however, and this small run is a special order for a Weyland-Yutani corporate account on Sutter's World, a newly established frontier colony. While the trip so far has been relatively routine, the Montero's sensors developed a glitch before you left Anchor Point and sporadically pinged contact with a sensor reflection before you activated the displacement drive and went FTL. Your cargo run so far has been without incident. Now you are just awakening from hypersleep, ready to deliver your goods to the colony of Sutter's World. Now, the Montero is actually very similar to the Nostromo from Alien, the original Alien movie. Its layout is kind of similar. It, though, is not a hauler like the Nostromo is. Its engines are a little less strong. In addition to your main vessel, there is a small shuttle within the cargo bay called Daisy. It's been around. It's a bit of an older ship, but it is a perfectly great transport for loading the helium back to your ship or the helium from your ship to the colony. Let's go around and introduce our characters now. Tell me about your character. Tell me as much or as little you want about your background, and tell me what are some of the skills that you are particularly good with. So let's start again with Jim. Who are you playing? What do you do?
All right, so I'm playing Lyron Cam or Cham.
I think we're gonna go with Cham, right?
Cham.
Cham.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's from a family that's out here that it seems like they're either colonists themselves or spend a lot of time out here, but they sold basically like power loaders to these these worlds, which are all corporate owned anyway, right? So it's all just like dealing with clients and going out to like trade shows and things like that. So it's like a life of travel and of spending time around the sort of salt of the alien Earth. People that tend to be colonists out here. So he's good with heavy machinery and is pretty strong. Gotten in some brawls, it seems like. Has had kind of a rough life, but is a loyal, true friend to those that he calls his crew and his family, and is just wants to see everybody come home safe and get paid and no drama. Just keep nice and steady over here.
What a guy! He's great! Cham! Wow, my new best friend. Let's now move to Trav playing the captain of the ship. Trav, tell me about your character.
Yeah, her name is Vanessa Miller, and here we've got another overworked, arguably underpaid command staff member, quietly very anxious to get home and get this one finished. Been out in space for a long time and ready to be done with this particular mission, maybe this particular crew, and working very hard to not project how ready she is to be done with this one, and not happy with this bug we've got in the system either, to figure this one out.
Yeah, you sound like every supervisor I've ever had in my life, which is why I'm a freelancer now, full time. Yeah, corporate life. Okay, moving on. Pruitt, who are you playing?
Well, I'm going to be playing Kyle Rye, a bit of a mechanic. He does more of the computer stuff and like the medic stuff, and I think Cham deals with more of the engines and stuff like that. But they're best friends. They're good buddies. They drink a lot together. Kyle's a bit of he's known as the complainer. He's the squeaky wheel on the ship, always complaining about the bonuses and the pay. He doesn't really talk about his family that much, but he's always on the shortwave or whatever, messaging them back to him and stuff like that. So that's pretty much Kyle. Oh, and he also hates the captain.
That happens,
and everybody knows that.
Yeah, one of the beautiful things about Alien and this scenario in particular is that the game has built-in buddies and rivals within the PCs. So that hatred isn't just a choice Pruitt made; that came with the character.
But I am happy to act it out, though.
Gotcha. Good job. Nice. I appreciate the commitment. And lastly, Lisa, please tell us who you are playing.
I am playing the pilot. My name is Leah Davis. Lisa is terrified, but Leah is so bored. Is something weird going on with the ship? Thank God something interesting is happening. I'm really good at what I do. Amazing at piloting. Sometimes I do loop-de-loops. And everyone on the ship loves it when I do loop-de-loops. It's really great. I get a lot of good feedback. I have some secret habits that I use to like kind of lighten things, keep things a little bit interesting, and nobody knows anything about them. I keep them very secret. I am sneaky.
Gotcha. Cool. Okay, so let's move to the Montero. Here it is. Woo! And viewers, you will see that everyone has a little icon next to their character name on the overlay, and then they have a corresponding icon on the map. So if things go well, then I will be actively moving them around the map and showing you where they are. If things don't go well, I'll forget and not do it, in which case shout at me in Twitch chat and I'll fix that. They're the only things on the map right now, and I'll leave it at that. Okay, so you all awaken from hypersleep. Hypersleep sucks. It's necessary for deep space travel, but you always wake up feeling groggy and dehydrated. It's similar to if you're familiar with David Goes to Dentist, what David is like afterwards. He's kind of out of it. Or if you've ever had your wisdom teeth out or minor dental surgery, when you wake up, you're kind of like there but not there, if that makes sense. Some people can bounce back faster than others. But now that you're awake and you assume where you're supposed to be, you all have your normal duties to prep transporting the cargo off the ship. Cham and Rye, your job is to go to the cargo bay and begin loading Daisy with helium tanks. Davis, you would go to the bridge and you would start the engines up and you would begin hailing the colony. Miller, you can basically do whatever you want, but you'd probably also go to the bridge. Oh, I also forgot. There's another person on this ship, another crew member. His name is Wilson. He's embedded with you. He's actually more of a Weyland-Yutani representative, you know, but he's not just that. He's your friend, too, you know what I mean? He's not just your superior. He's your friend. And he loves getting to know you guys and loves learning about what you do in your day-to-day workplace environment. Because Weyland-Yutani cares about all of its employees. And I think I should be on the bridge as well, is what he says as he walks out of the hyperspace cryo chambers.
Mother, put the coffee on.
Yeah, coffee's free on every Weyland-Yutani vessel. Food isn't, but coffee's free. So
You're damn right
nice.
it is.
And it's really good. It's from Colombia.
I will get my buddy, the captain, a cup of coffee as I'm getting one for myself. And as I get one for myself, I very subtly uncap a little bottle and put in X drugs in my mouth.
Oh, what do extra?
And I wash it down with coffee. I don't know. I know that they are more extreme drugs out there that are used by the Colonial Marine Corps for their soldiers.
So this is much like the United States did in the 60s. It's like a form of methamphetamine to make pilots kind of more, their reflexes are a little bit faster, they can stay up longer, so it's not that outrageous that you'd be taking some sort of substance like that. And
kind of bounces me back from the whole hypersleep thing.
Wilson looks the other way because he's, you know, he understands the pressure and the responsibility of being the pilot. So.
I trust Wilson the least. Wilson is an alien.
Wilson is not an alien.
And you would hear a snicker from over where Rye and Cham are like getting their stuff ready.
Yeah. You know, this Wilson guy, he's been with us the whole run. How long is this his first run with us?
So he's been with you guys for 6 months, which is about how long. This is just the only job he's been on with you so far.
Is this his first run? First time out of hypersleep?
He hasn't really revealed that kind of information. He seems to be bouncing back quite quickly, and he's, you know, talking about the importance of Weyland-Yutani and how, you know, you're all part of this big family, really, not so much as a corporation, as a family, and the hypersleep is just part of the process, and we all get through it, and the technology is amazing. And
yeah, all that good stuff.
yeah.
Can you believe they saddle us with these company men like this, huh, Cham?
You know, like they always do that. I don't know. Every time you complain, every time there's someone here. So like, what are we supposed to do? You know, you just accept it and move on. You know, act
Just
like he's
saying.
not even here.
Well, I mean, that's what I do, but he still talks to me. I just don't like it. I got stuff to do.
Yeah. You go do your stuff. I'll catch up.
Yeah, let's talk about some of this stuff. So we'll do a check too, just to show off what the game is like, and we'll start with Cham. You're gonna do a heavy machinery check to load up one of the helium containers into Daisy. Now, this game, it's pretty straightforward in terms of the mechanics. There are 4 core attributes in the game. They're agility, strength, wits, and someone else. Empathy, I think. I forget.
Empathy.
Thank you.
Empathy.
And there are 3 skills tied to each one of those. For example, with agility, you'll have like ranged combat. With wits, you'll have someone else. Observation, which is your perception checks. And the way it works is when you do a skill check, you'll roll the sum total of your attribute and your skill, that many dice. And if you roll any 6s, then you succeed. Straight up. You just need 1 6 to succeed. If you roll more than 1 6, you can do cool things called stunts. And you guys should have the skill list in front of you, so you can roll some stunts. So, Cham, if you would make a heavy machinery check, which I'm pretty sure you're very, very good at.
Yeah, I've got a 5 in strength and then a 3 in my heavy machinery. So I'm rolling 8d6.
Yikes! Yeah, that's a lot of.
And I got 2 6s.
2 6s.
Yeah.
So you succeed, and then you have 1 stunt point. If you have the heavy machinery skill list in front of you.
Let's see where my skill list is. Yeah, so heavy machinery. I've got. Well, I guess I don't have it in front of me.
Oh, I'm pulling it up as well.
All right. I guess, you know, he's if there's some kind of stunt that just lets him do it with a certain degree of show off, like, you know, like I'm fine, everybody else is groggy, having to take drugs to get out of there, you know, just being you know, out from hypersleep. He's ready to go. He's got his coffee, he's had his breakfast, it's a healthy breakfast, it's just what he needs. And he's ready to work.
Yeah, so one of the
best way to get
one of the stunts is you do it in half the time it would normally take. So you're going to town, you're strapping in, you know, you go through the safety checks very quickly. You're immediately over there. Everyone knows these are highly flammable, highly explosive containers, but you're handling them like an eggshell. You're just the gentlest amount of pressure. It's very impressive. Everyone,
yes.
I think, Rye, you are impressed. You've seen Cham work these many times, but even now, after hypersleep, wow. This guy knows what he's doing on a power loader.
I was in a power loader before I could even walk.
Freaking show off.
Can I get on comms and tell them to do what they were already doing?
Yes, absolutely. So the way the ship works is everyone doesn't have like a personal communicator, but throughout the ship there are all these intercom. It's almost like a PA system. So if you're on the bridge, you can smack the button to communicate to them. And
can it be a big fucking switch?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good morning, Montero. Listen, boys downstairs, let's move with some purpose, please. And let's get those tanks. And also, I need full diagnostics run on Daisy. We're looking at some comms damage or something going on up here. So I want to know, make sure Daisy didn't do something weird while she's asleep. Thank you.
So Wilson steps forward and says, "I'd like to say a few words as well, Captain, if you'd let me."
She's all yours, sir. Go right ahead. Knock yourself out.
Good morning, Wayland Yutani team members. Just wanted to say that he looks taken aback now that he actually has the communications. We're all proud of what you're doing back at, we're bringing these colonists the things they need. We're bringing these colonists the resources they need to survive. So really, you're all heroes in a lot of ways. I think you should be pretty proud of yourselves and should give yourselves a pat on the back. And then he pats himself on the back, and he looks expectantly at Davis.
Okay. And if all the heroes could also make sure to log everything, and don't forget to write it all down what actually got loaded, please. Don't forget the checklist. Good job, heroes.
Yes, inventory's key. And then he hits the button to turn off the PA system.
He looked at me?
Yeah, he was hoping you would also pat yourself on the back as he was doing. Unfortunately, it doesn't sound like it happened.
Do not.
Okay.
I do something reckless instead. I run around in a circle.
You run around in a circle. Okay.
Yeah. And then I pat him on the back really hard. Like I put.
Oh man.
And Rye clicks on the communicator on the ship. And what exactly is the extra for hero pay? Is that something I missed in the original contract? Never mind. Don't worry about it. Click.
It's the confidence of a job well done. So, yeah.
That in itself is its own
sure
reward.
He's nodding.
Yeah. Cool.
I guess then Rye will go and check the communications for Daisy, since it appears that I'm the one that does more Comtech stuff.
You are. So you can give me a com check.
A com check.
Comtech check. Comtech check.
check. I'm doing a Comtech check.
Comtech
Got it.
Please. Which
So
is
that's 4 and 3. All right, so that's 7 dice for me.
7 dice. Comtech is their term for basically computer stuff. Anytime you need to do computer stuff, that's the check.
I got 3 6s.
3 6s. Okay,
on
cool.
7 dice. Yeah,
Do you have the skill list in front of you?
I do.
Okay, cool. So you succeed, and then tell me, what are the stunts that you do?
Oh, come on, load for me, please. Here. This PDF is huge. Well, it's not loading. I know I was looking at it earlier, and it was. Well, never mind. Eventually, this thing will load.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Mine open.
All right, here we go. You can quickly do it in half the time it would normally take. You gain new unexpected information. That's GM's choice. I can hide my tracks. I can show off. I don't need to roll to overcome the same check in the future, or I get a +1 on a later skill roll.
Cool. So how would you like to use those 2 stunt points then?
I want to see if can I learn any new information?
You
see
can.
the source of this, because I'm thinking this probably has to do with someone's particular piloting skills or lack thereof.
So you don't think that you've managed to track down the source of this problem that happened before ship, but you do notice some sort of SOS or some sort of other broadcast that's kind of shooting out over the space airwaves. And this is confusing because you should be within the colony range, so there's no reason for an SOS to be going out. At that same time, the Mother's light goes on the bridge. Now, Mother is the onboard computer. It's not really an AI, but you can kind of talk to it and tell it basic commands like, Mother, turn the temperature up 4 degrees, or things like probably the captain only can tell it to change the temperature. But you can give it basic commands like that. It doesn't talk back to you necessarily, and it doesn't have its own personality or anything like that. And there's a special room in the ship dedicated to talking to Mother that only the captain and maybe Wilson has access to. So the light goes on. That means Captain Miller, Mother would like to talk to you and only you. So if you can make your way over.
Good.
So, I hate to interrupt. So,
yes.
Clarification: Daisy is broadcasting an SOS out.
Daisy is receiving. She's hearing one. She's hearing a broadcast of an SOS from space.
Okay.
But I don't know yet. Know that yet.
You don't know that.
I'm gonna go talk.
Yeah, you go talk to Mother.
Okay. Davis, you feel good? Obviously.
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling maybe the best I've ever felt. I think I'd really like to try that like barrel roll entry that went badly last time.
Okay, listen, we're going to talk about the barrel. You and I have to have a conversation before my ankle goes above my head, okay? So just
do it. The ship could do it.
Sure.
I feel great.
I know the ship can do it. I don't know if I can do it, okay? So just like hold it all together.
Yep.
Mother wants to talk. you're on decaf, by the way, for the rest of the till we get home.
Oh, God, decaf.
Yeah, no, I'm putting you on decaf coffee. All right, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Everybody got mixed up on the overlay.
Sorry, that was my bad.
No worries. Lisa.
God, Pruitt. Yeah.
You're
Wait,
trying to hail Sutter's world, the colony, and you're not getting any response. Even after 2 or 3 attempts, you're still not hearing anything, which is very strange. Right now, the blast
weird.
shield doors, which is the port view in front of you, are down. You can open them up if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I am extremely frustrated. I would like them to just respond so we can get this stupid routine mission over with.
Okay. The doors come down and you see nothing. You see the blackness of space. You don't see a planet. You don't see anything that resembles a planet. Just distant space. Meanwhile,
That's weird.
it is very weird. In Mother, the Mother Room, if anyone's seen Alien, it's very kind of 1970s sci-fi. There's like this one lone chair in the middle of it. Looks like almost a padded asylum room with lights, like single lights everywhere. It's a bit odd. And the way the captain talks to Mother one-on-one is he types on a computer screen and it just slowly answers him back on the computer screen because it's secret and no one else should be able to hear it. So you sit down at your console, Miller, and Mother informs you that it has picked up a distress call from an unknown ship and you are required to investigate it. It says that it's too garbled to determine who sent it or what exactly it is, so you need to triangulate its location and trace it back to its source. And you must do this immediately.
Oh, man. All right. And I inquire about the source one more time.
It says,
do we know the source?
It's currently unknown where it is. Out of game. Maybe someone else in the crew figured out where it was.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, like, right after I would have discovered the signal, clicked on the overhead. Yeah, there's a signal. There's an SOS. Anybody you detect that? Davis, Miller, anyone?
Davis is busy closing the window and then opening it back up again, just in case.
Oh, so nope, still no planet, even when you do it. It's not a hallucination, which is not definitely
which is a possibility.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, closing that and opening it again, it's just going to wear out the motor, and I have to replace that sooner. You know.
Are you in the same room as me?
I started the comms open, so. Sorry. Anyway, click.
I just throw the switch to calm everybody from other thing. 5 minutes. I need everybody on the bridge, please. Please finish what you're doing, and that's a 5-minute call.
I quickly close it just so no one immediately panics or blames me.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
Can I get Mother to articulate one more time the comms issue we were having before we went into hypersleep? What was how did you define that?
So there was a ping on your sensors that normally would be like, there's another ship in the area. It was kind of like radar, but then
we pulled out of hyperspace early.
Right before you guys went to hyperspace. Yeah, there was a ping, but then
we went in.
Right before, then it disappeared. So it's probably a glitch.
Okay. All right.
It's not that uncommon. You guys are on an older ship. Space. There's a lot of stuff floating around out there.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's no damage that we're
no damage.
Okay. All right. Okay. Does Mother have any record of the ping itself, or we just picked it up and then we're like, oh, look at that, and then crashed out?
It's like there's a log of everything that happens on the bridge, and so there's a note that there was a ping, but then it went away.
Okay. All right. I'll pick up my coffee cup and leave the room, wiping the sleep from my eyes.
Cam has been using his free time that he finds himself with, having accomplished the job before Miller even got on the PA to remind him that he needed to load up the helium, to do some expert loafing off. You know what I mean? From the looks of it, he's doing a lot of work. There's things, movement, activity, but he's catching up on some reading and just like taking a few quiet moments to himself. Catch as catch can.
Yeah, the call from the captain was 5 minutes. You get there in 4 minutes and 59 seconds to meet in the galley, or where are we having this meeting, Captain?
Up on the bridge.
On the bridge? Okay, cool.
Sure.
I get there in 5 minutes and 2 seconds.
Oh, trailing behind.
Rise by behind me.
I anxiously pace.
Miller kind of looks at his watch as you walk, or not Miller, I'm sorry, Wilson makes a point of looking at his watch and making eye contact with you, Rye, as you walk in, just a little bit late, but late enough. You're on Wayland Yutani's time, young man.
All right, folks, let's tighten up. How are we look downstairs? Everything?
We're all packed up tight, Captain.
We maybe have a problem. Maybe we don't have a problem. I'm not quite sure. It could be like the hypersleep sort of, and then I just kind of press the button and like open the thing, and I'm like, does anyone else see a planet?
Where's the colony?
Okay, not just me. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know.
What's going on?
It's the colony. They pull us out of hypersleep early?
Oh, Davis, come on now. You didn't pop pills. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
What?
Oh, come on. Listen. Come on. She says what she's got to do.
Let's tighten. Can we please tighten up? You're telling me it's not there?
Can I check coordinates to see if we're in the right location?
Yeah, absolutely. You don't even have to make a check for that. You're
yeah,
not.
so good.
You're not.
Oh, okay.
And it takes you a while, but you eventually manage to match the stars around you on the star map, and you're still like 6 months out from hypersleep, from where you're supposed to be. So
That's strange.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, so it's because Mother woke us up early, everybody. So here's the thing: we've intercepted some sort of distress call. Mother picked it up while we were asleep. Part of the company papers we've all signed, is to investigate any distress calls under risk of forfeiture of our shares. So here we are. We're going to get a little closer to it because we're not 100% sure where it's coming from. And let Mother figure out exactly where this is coming from. We're going to go take a look at it. I'm as thrilled as you are, by the way.
Rye has a question, Cam.
Just wondering, what's the bonus situation for something like this? I mean,
Hazard
we
pay?
are putting it on the line here.
Yeah, we might have to spacewalk even.
Finally, something exciting.
Yeah, and thank you. I'm glad that one of us is embracing the joy of the doing here. There is no bonus situation for doing what we were supposed to be doing anyway. This is all part of the agreement you signed before you got on this ship. And like I said, you're going to suit up and go with us and take a look at this thing, or there is no share. Capiche?
We should add there's no alarm whenever we woke up. Mother's supposed to warn us about an SOS, like when we wake up. So that's another item to add to the list, Captain.
Well, good point. This is the SOS, but I don't like the timing of it either. And I'm going through the logs. I'm glad we ran diagnostics on Daisy. We feel good about Daisy. We're going to have to do it to the whole ship while we're poking around down there wherever we end up, because I want to know everything.
Yeah. Wilson steps forward and says, heroes don't necessarily need compensation with monetary compensation. Heroes, when they're called, they act accordingly. And it seems like right now, people need rescuing. And we, heroes, and he smiles and kind of like looks at all of you, need to be doing some rescuing.
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, we heard you.
Ooh, yeah, let's do this.
Heard
Is
you
there
loud.
like a spacesuit or something I can put on?
Yeah,
I am jogging in
so
place.
you
Showing excitement.
the SOS is about a click away. That's space travel talk, right? Yeah. And Davis, you can easily pilot the ship over without any need to make a check. When you guys get there,
Can I do a barrel roll?
That is a negatory.
there you go.
And,
Oh.
I'm
let's
doing a
take our time.
diagnostic. You can't do a barrel
Okay.
roll while I'm doing a diagnostic.
Later, a victory barrel roll. I got you, Cap.
This all goes fine. You get to do 2 barrel rolls on me. You all heard me say it. But
Woo!
Cap, when the compression coil on the port side catalyzer blows, okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah, we patched it up last time, but we don't have the spare parts to do it again. Like, the barrel roll's fun and all, but
Nah, I can feel it. She can take it this time.
Alex, come on. Or sorry, Leo. What am I saying? I keep forgetting.
for now, everyone is going to humor me.
Hmm.
We're going to get suited up. We're less than a click away. Let's take it easy. Okay.
That's the engine
Someone's
starting up.
living
Yeah.
their
See, what did we
life
tell you?
outside
No,
my
it's not.
Davis, I
apartment.
told you not to put the hammer down like that. The engines are gonna blow.
I said, take it easy. So let's
So
not put the pedal on.
All right,
As
I'm gonna go
you-
add my calorie puck.
it's called Bug Juice. It's a protein shake made from the proteins from ground up bugs. So
Thank you, Wilson.
it's classic Weyland-Yutani pick me up.
Thank you.
As you get closer to this object where the SOS is coming from, you just see a dark black outline. You're not really sure what it is. Captain, you can turn on the floodlights, which are the external lights, if you'd like to brighten it up.
I want to turn on the flights. And can I roll observation?
Sure. Yeah, you can
Is
roll
observation
observation to
like
get it
a-
close. So observation's like perception. It's like spot check. It's also when things are stealthing, then you use that to kind of see if you're being stealth. Everybody check their email too, and you will see a picture of what you see when the floods are up. And now Twitch can see it as well. It is, and if you want to roll observation, go for it. You can get more information if you get some stunts. I'll let you.
So it's attributes plus the skill,
Mhm.
and that's it because I'm
That's
not
it
under
right
stress.
now. Nobody's stressed at the moment.
2, 4, 6.
And this is any one of us on the bridge.
Yeah, everybody can see this.
Can I be the little person in the picture?
You're not the little person
wanna
right now,
put on
but you can be the little person, depending on what your captain decides. So how'd you
got
do,
a-
Trav?
Got a 9.
So how many 6s did you roll?
No 6s.
No 6s out of how many?
3 2s and a 3.
Okay.
I got 1-6.
Oh, you rolled 2, Cham?
Yeah. Cham sticks around.
Sure.
Like, we get the order to go
Nice.
suit up, but if there's a silhouette of something out there, and then he's gonna like linger and ignore orders for a minute just to get a good look.
Classic Cham. So as you guys get closer, you can see with the floods up, there's a big title on the side, like the name of the ship, and it says USCSS Cronus. And then Mother comes on over the intercom system and says, what does she say? She says, investigate spacecraft USCSS Cronus, Wayland SEV M3 Palisades class spacecraft. Priority 1, recover scientific data and samples from the USCSS Cronus. Priority 2, escort the salvaged Cronus to Anchorhead or another WY facility. Priority 3, save crew members on the Cronus. And Miller, you know that the Cronus is almost like a ghost ship. It's been missing for 75 years. This Palisades class spacecraft is the same as like the Prometheus, if anyone's familiar with that terrible movie. So it's the same kind of ship. I'm sure it's. Oh, you're making a face? I said it. We'll talk later.
We'll talk later, Rudy.
I'm with you, Rudy.
Yeah.
All right.
Terrible's a little extreme.
Okay.
Continue with the adventure.
It's running off of minimal power. You can tell, Cham, that all the lights are off. The reason why it's only a dark outline is because it's space and it's dark and you can't see anything. And it's kind of just floating at a steady rate of 0.04 light speed. Davis, it's no problem for you to match speed or hurry up or slow down or get closer or whatever you want. It's on a just plain straight trajectory.
This is
Oh.
that moment where you thought you were
Also,
going to get to go.
She sends you all floor prints of the ship. And the Cronus is much larger than the Montero. It actually has 4 decks. I'm sending it to you now.
So, and we don't. Does our ship's tugboat basically, or not even a tugboat? It's like a big pickup.
Yeah,
Like
that's
we
the
don't have.
perfect
Do
way
we have
to
any
put
kind
it.
of scanners or something like that to
You're not really outfitted with anything that fancy like that.
eyeballs?
Exactly. You have basic kind of, again, it's like a radar kind of thing. You can tell if something big is within the vicinity, but you can't like inspect to a greater degree to that.
Captain, gonna need that that locker code before we can get our our exosuits.
Yeah, well, let's just hold on just a second. Mother, you're telling us we got to tow it back, but you're also telling us, can you confirm survivors on this ship? Do we have? You're telling us there's people in there. Can you confirm that?
No known additional information.
Who in the hell are we going to bring off of this thing? Let's just
Can't be like
throw a rope around it
It's like
and
the
bring
grandkids, Captain.
We can't just push it in the direction to get there eventually.
So
That's what I'm saying. You telling me I can't put a hook on it and tow it back?
you think that it would take Rye and Cham a lot of work, and it would probably still be kind of iffy to try and tug this thing back. You know, the Montero is not rated as a tug hauler. It's just like a cargo ship. It's not like the Nostromo in that aspect. It has weaker engines. So it'd be pretty dangerous if you tried to do something like that.
More dangerous than a barrel roll.
Well, I mean, Cap,
Significantly more dangerous.
I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this, but maybe, you know, if this thing's still moving, it's got power. I mean, maybe we can turn it on. We can,
Yeah, I would
direct it
love
back.
to fly that.
Listen, if we could turn it on and you just put it on autopilot, direct back to nearest YT station or WY station. Where?
So that would be Anchorhead, which is where you're coming from. You'd have to turn
6
around.
months.
Yeah.
Oh, right. That's the best idea you've had since Casual Fridays. So I'm on board for that.
See, I
Still
told
stuck
you.
on, I'm still stuck on that Friday, as you can see, Captain.
We'll go in. I know it was supposed to be just Friday.
Enough
Go
talk.
in,
Let's go on that ship.
turn it on. See what happens.
Yeah.
Need that locker combo, Captain.
All right. Here. It's fine. Wait. What?
For the suits.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm coming with you to the locker. Come on, we're all walking. Here we
So
go.
yeah, Wilson
Sure.
says I'm more than happy to stay on the Cronus if someone needs to be on there to bring it back while the rest of you stay on the Montero. Oh, also I should say, in addition, you do have 5 spacesuits, but you also have an umbilical. So if you wanted to, you could push that out and attach it to the dock on the Cronus.
But we don't know if the hull's compromised, do we?
You don't. So
We should fly
Davis
around
can fly
first.
closer. So just so you guys know, the junction access, the airlock, is on the A deck. It's junction A1. That is also where the access door is for the airlock.
All right.
And
Can I
Yep. Sorry. Go ahead.
Can I push the skin before we all take a walk over to the airlock and start to line up with this thing? Can I push Mother and Davis to basically just sensor scan the hell out of this thing as much as possible to read for any life or anything left turned on in this
Sure.
thing at
So
all before we get on
why
to it?
don't we have a comm tech? Anyone you can decide, Captain, who makes the check. I think.
I'm actually not great at that.
Yeah, I think Rye
Right.
is here.
Captain, you want? Yeah, I'll do that.
Somebody could get in here and I want to
I'll be
know
prepping
everything.
the gear. I'll be prepping the gear.
Yeah, go warm us up.
Those successes.
No successes?
Dos.
Dose successes.
El número dos.
Okay, so you can tell that there is pressure inside the ship, that there is air inside the ship, that some cryo sleep chambers are currently online, and that is all you can tell.
That's it. And
Yeah,
that's the
Captain. Captain, looks like probably a couple of these chambers are working. So probably gonna find some survivors.
All right. Yeah. Can we pressurize the airlock too? Do we need to scoot all the way up to walk
So,
over there?
If you
You
use
know.
the umbilical, it will be enough to cover the airlock door. So even if it is breached for some reason, you can pressurize it completely. Just then you'll be attached, and we do need to make a piloting check for usage of the umbilical to
I wanna
get
do
close
it.
like that. Yeah.
So
As
I
much as
roll
it scares me,
like
Cap, I
8
think
of
we should
them?
have the backup. Yeah, I think we
Yeah,
should
roll
do
your
both. I think we should do the suits and the umbilical.
Oh,
Don't
you
worry,
also
I
can
got
tell
it.
the temperature inside is freezing, and if anyone were to go inside, they would probably have like freezing. They would probably begin getting
Gonna
frostbite.
get
pretty quickly.
hypothermia.
Yeah, hypothermia. That's the word.
Coffee's about to kick in. Listen, and which leads me to this point, everybody. Slow and steady wins the race. All right, and we're throwing the word hero around quite a bit this morning, and let's all try to stay realistic. We're just gonna walk over there.
Left
We're
my
gonna-
cape back
Y'all
there.
used the word hero. It wasn't us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm talking to the gentleman over here. You know,
I
and
forgot
I'm
my
not.
cape. Sorry, I didn't know it was that kind of cruise.
Yeah, no.
He smiles and says, "I love the sense of humor on this crew."
Yeah.
Let's try to keep a level head here, folks. So, Cham, you're with me. Let's go ahead and get suited up, and
Hey, Eddie, your boss.
I'll unlock
Cool. Yeah.
everything.
So Miller, you also have a list of gear if you want to hand out gear on the ship.
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah. With stats.
Let me look at the gear really quick. But she's having a total moment of like furiously disappointed and pissed off that we have to tow the fucking Cronus in the middle of our trip home. Like this is exactly what she didn't want to be doing. It's supposed to be home by now.
Seems
Bullshit.
fair. Let's talk air supply while we Trav looks up the gear list.
I think they're really kind of overrated as a band myself.
Oh, wry sense of humor.
Air supply.
So everyone.
Ham on rye. That's how I am.
So everyone starts out with 5 air supply of their suits. What happens is after every turn, and we'll talk about turns in a second as well, you roll 5d6. If you roll a 1, any ones, your air supply goes down that amount. So if you roll 2 ones, it goes down to 3. If you roll 4 ones, it goes down to 1. And then again, at the end of the turn, you roll your air supply value, and et cetera, et cetera. You don't just like die automatically when you run out of air. There's stamina checks to see how long you can last without it. But so we'll see what happens. Cool. Let's also talk about turns and rounds and shifts. So this game really emphasizes time. So shifts are like there's 4 shifts in a day. It's every 6 hours, just like you were working a shift. That's kind of like exposition. Right now we're in shifts. We're not kind of doing anything dangerous. There's no real challenges outside of a few basic piloting checks. Once we get into the unknown, we're going to switch to what's called stealth mode, and that's when the game changes to turns. 1 turn is 5 to 10 minutes. You can investigate kind of 2 rooms every turn and kind of give a look around on them. But if you want to do something like access a terminal or take a really close look at something specific in the room, it might take longer than as determined by me. Once we get into combat, we'll then switch to rounds, and we'll talk about that when/if that happens. Yes. Okay, so Miller, let's talk gear. Who's getting what?
So I mean, we're gonna gear up like it's something interesting. I don't think we're gonna need half this stuff. I hand Cham the motion detector.
Mm-hmm. I'll probably start powering it up. Go through diagnostics.
And are all 4 of us going in, or is that up to me who stays and who goes?
That's totally up to you. So this isn't like a military operation, but you still have, chain of command. Like they can talk back to you and give you shit, and won't get in trouble for it. But you're the boss.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, we're gonna walk in here. We're just gonna take a walk around. But the fact is, we got to address navigation. Someone's got to figure out how to make sure we can pilot this thing back with us.
Captain, I gotta say, please. And Rye's gonna pull the cap over to the side, like quietly. Yeah, do you think maybe we could leave like hero worship here? I mean, so we can get our jobs done.
Yeah, no, I think I'm with you on this one for the first time. So
Wilson says, "I'll lead, Captain. If you want to stay here on the ship."
Wilson, it would be great if you could hold down the fort and we could just go in here and take a look around. If there's anything sharp, any piece of sharp metal sticking out, if you know what I mean. I don't want you to trip and fall, break your, company, that very nice company jacket you're wearing.
Cool.
So
let's roll because Wilson wants to go. So let's use
trying
one
to talk
of the
him out of it.
let's use one of the social skills in this game. So you can use command or manipulate. And
I'm manipulating.
okay, so when you try and manipulate someone, they roll their manipulate back. And if you beat them, they have to do what you say. They can kind of like reason with you or come to like kind of come up with their own reasoning for doing it or make an agreement with you, but they basically have to do it. But Wilson is very, very good at manipulate.
Yeah, I got.
So let's see. It's a manipulate off.
I got 1 6, 2 3s, a 5, and a 2.
So we just want 6s. Nothing else matters.
That's it. It does nothing matters. Just
Nothing
trying to
matters.
roll.
Just
All right,
rolling
all right.
6s.
That's interesting.
And
one.
he rolled. You got 1. He
Yeah.
rolled 1 as well, which means
Means you got a duel.
we got a duel. No. What does that mean? Let's
you
look
wanna
up the
know.
rules for this new system that everybody's learning together. Manipulate. That has kind of
Just
weird
saying.
rules for this stuff.
Why don't you just get some lunch? Give yourself a couple hours. Put your feet up. We're gonna go in there and take a walk. I'll call you as soon as it's clear.
All right. He says, I'll okay, you can go first, but I'm going to suit up and I'm going to be ready to go over if anything happens or if you need me for anything. Okay,
Absolutely.
is that fair, Captain?
Hey, and good thinking. You know, you're right behind us. I like it. All right, so we all feel good about it. That's the 4 of us. Davis, let's go ahead and get you suited up too. I want you to look at the bridge and get in there.
Yes,
And,
yes.
This is nice and easy, people. We're going to take a walk. Rye, Cham, you guys are going to assess whether or not we can get this thing humming.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Keep us
Yeah.
from having to, because we can't tow it. So we got to figure something else out.
Yeah, we got it, Captain.
Yeah, we got it. What about those samples? Should we keep an eye out for those?
Yeah, what do they mean, like samples?
Yeah. I'm
So
not.
you guys can tell just by the floor plans that this was obviously, there's like a lot of science going on in here. There's 2 science labs. So they were researching something. What it was, who knows?
Yeah,
Well, Captain, what do you want? You want Cham to go after the engines? You want me to go look, see what's up with this research stuff?
Look, I don't know what their science project was. We're not going to touch anything. Okay. Unless
I don't
you're
want to.
sending
I don't want to
biologists
touch it. I don't want
overnight.
some kind of crazy disease or something from space. But I am the computer guy, so I'm just
Break a
that's all-
test
that's all I'm
tube.
asking.
Sure. Computers are fair game. We'll get up there. We'll find the lab. We'll take a look, see what the deal is, but don't touch anything.
Oh,
Yes, Cham to the engines, but don't go walking off, okay? We got the buddy
South
system
Sonic.
going right now. Me and Davis are buddies. You two are buddies. We're all sticking together until I say otherwise, okay? This is a
Sure.
very nice afternoon walk. We're going to take a little constitutional through the ghost ship, okay? It's going to be great.
All right.
I take the pistol,
Okay.
like
yeah.
do it.
Check.
put it in my waistband, right?
Captain, like that's
Sorry.
that's a. Are we going to need that? Do you think?
do I need a pistol?
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be dangerous.
Well,
You know, you say
Well,
that with a smile on your face, and that worries me.
you guys are gonna be fine. I'm gonna hand the harpoon gun to Rye.
It's a harpoon gun. When you think gun, it's a harpoon gun. Yeah.
In case you have to go from one place to another,
Mhm.
you know.
Cam,
In case
you
get
good with this?
stuck out the ship and you have to get back in.
You good with this, Cham?
I mean, I don't like the pistol. Come on, Captain. Like, this is a whaling vessel. Like, who are we going to find there that like, do you think we're going to be in danger?
How often do I get to carry this?
What did Mother say?
I mean, these people have been caught up here for what, like 75 years?
Yeah. I bet they're just going to be nothing.
Might be
It's-
crazy and
they're
old.
like- they're going to weigh less than a house cat.
Where's Jonesy?
No cat on board. I was kind of bummed this scenario doesn't have an onboard pet. But I mean, you guys all know, you've worked for Wayland Yutani. There's all sorts of weird stuff that Wayland Yutani does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So It's not
Could
out of the
be.
ordinary to want to have some firepower when
Okay.
you're investigating
Um,
lost
I
research
think
vessel.
Are there any other
There you-
things to dole out? Maybe we should all be equipped with harpoon guns.
There's more stuff, Captain.
There's more
How
stuff.
many guns do we? That was my next question. How many actual like?
I don't
I've just
know.
seen there's
I don't know the
stuff here, but-
encumbrance rules, and I don't really care about the encumbrance rules. So just hand out the gear however you want.
I mean, here's what I'm thinking: is we've told the company man to, take a hike for 10 minutes. Do we? I just, open the locker and be like,
I
everybody,
run.
Sure.
everybody take.
Okay.
Sure.
I grab the
Walk?
first
Don't
two
know.
things.
So there's a cutting torch. There's an incinerator unit, which is what they have in Aliens, the flamethrower.
Yeah,
I want a flamethrower.
I'll take the cutting torch.
Sure. There's a bolt gun that's used to like secure things. It's like a nail gun, but space.
Yeah, we'll take that too.
Yeah.
Is there just one flamethrower?
There's only one.
There's just
flamethrower.
one of everything.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
So Cham has the motion tracker, and he would. I mean, if there's something else available, he would take it. But he's not expecting any trouble. Except, now that I think about it,
It's a big ship,
I
Cham.
think I would. And then what if there's an android on board? They've been by itself this whole time.
Oh, okay.
It's been by
Okay.
You hear those stories all the time.
Listen, I don't even want to talk about one of my friends who was on. Never mind. It makes me want to throw up just thinking about that story.
I'll take the incinerator.
You've got a buggy seat that ain't sleeping.
What? No, I have it.
Davis
Oh, you have?
full
Okay.
incinerator,
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, you got the harpoon gun, or do you want the bolt gun? I mean, that could be. What's the range on this bolt gun? Like at least 10 feet. 20 feet?
Boring.
Yeah, it's mainly used for close, but you could definitely shoot it at a distance. I'll say the grappling, so you can have one long arm, one kind of closer thing. The grappling gun is longer, and the incinerator is longer, but everything else is kind of like a sidearm.
Can't carry both of them, Davis.
I will keep.
But if you want to switch later, we can.
I don't want the bolt gun.
No, I was gonna take the bolt gun. I'm taking the bolt gun and the torch, the cutting torch.
Okay, can I take the incinerator? Why is everyone so concerned about me taking a flamethrower?
No,
Because you're hopped up on meds.
You're high.
Oh my god, the police are coming.
She's focused.
There's no police
Okay.
in this place.
Okay, everybody's got something. We'll figure it out
Okay.
on the ship.
All right,
But
sure.
right now,
In case no
Davis
one can hear you get arrested.
Davis needs to make a piloting check to get close enough to. You were attaching the umbilical, is that right, Captain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do it one-handed while I hold the flamethrower in my other hand.
Okay.
Rye runs over to the seat and straps himself in very.
I got
quietly.
4 6s.
Holy moly. Okay. Do you have the skill list?
I do it
in
with
front
my
of you?
feet.
Uh,
Oh, skill list? Yeah, the PDF.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you jump to piloting, you can see all the different stunts you can do. I don't think there's many, but one
There
of them
aren't.
is,
So I use all of my extras to show off.
Okay. Yeah.
Despite captain's orders, I don't do a barrel roll or a loop-de-loop, but I do I don't know, I back up and then I go really fast towards the ship and then I turn and stop right next to it.
It's
Oh,
impressive.
God.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, I show off.
Yeah.
And I do it with my feet while I'm holding the flamethrower.
gosh.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I mean, every time I wonder why we keep you around, then I remember. I'm sorry I ever said anything bad about you.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. And then I accidentally shoot the
Damn, I thought we were friends.
Man can have more than one friend, right? I'm just saying. There's 4 of us here. We should learn to, be kind to each other.
Okay, so everybody, with that lesson from Cham, which is wonderful role playing for the character, I say, very good job, Jim. Everyone suits up and begins
I'll take
walking
inspiration.
through the umbilical. And when you make it to the outer airlock door, you see that it's broken, but not. It's like it's been bent outwards, in the top right part of it, it's been kind of bent. Yeah, just bent outwards, which seems very unusual because you all know that outer airlock doors are probably one of the strongest parts of the ship. It's very important that the outer airlock door not get messed up.
It must have had some hell of a compression or a blowout.
Could be internal explosion. Do you think? But more enough to kill body and send it out into and not have a hull breach? Nah, I don't like this.
Necessarily.
I mean, it could, it could have just been something they were bringing in through the airlock, and then it blew up. I don't know. I mean, we need to get in there and see.
Maybe something broke in and we'll need the flamethrower.
All right, put the flamethrower down.
Listen,
I know we all get to
flamethrower's gonna be Miller's problem in a minute.
I like
Hey.
strap it on my back.
Yeah,
We're
she's not
looking
my
at-
accountability buddy.
We're looking at basic systems failures here, folks. This is a localized compression thing. This is what happens. They curl out. So somebody, let's just go ahead and get this open.
Yeah, cutting torch. Who's got that?
All right.
Right. So you roll your heavy machinery and you get what's a +2. This game has modifications for certain things. So since you're holding a tool, you get a bonus. So you're rolling lots of dice.
I am rolling 7 dice. And I got 1, 2, 3 successes.
Holy
So
moly!
I do it like really fast. I'm just like,
Yeah. So you do it really fast, and you get a sense that, okay, I know how doors on this ship probably work. If I need to do this again, I know the weak spots to get to immediately, and I could probably do this without making a check, which is its mechanical value, but that's well done. In case something's chasing you, then that will probably come in handy. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, what?
That is-
just something.
Mm-hmm. Captain, that's unsettling. That door it was barely up.
Well, a very nice job. Let's go ahead and clear that out of the way.
Yeah. So you can move that to the side. It's already pressurized from the umbilical from your ship, so you guys are able to get in through the inner airlock door, and now you are currently at junction A1 on your map.
In the background, Davis is trying to do some sort of baton twirl thing with the incinerator.
That's
My God, why?
It's like a big...
not a torch.
It's
I don't
big.
know.
Reckless.
It's not like a torch. It's a big, thing. But cool.
Well, I'm still doing it.
All right, you've got like a strap and everything, so you're kind of like
So-
flinging it
So
around.
you're like a guitar player, like
Yes,
slinging the torch
that's
around
exactly
you.
what I was
Yeah.
thinking, yeah.
Yes.
Very cool. Okay, so to the north is Mother's. So Cronus has a fancier version of Mother than you guys on the Montero. The Cronus is Mother. It's got a higher number.
Which we have first?
All right. No, let's go ahead and we need to talk to their mother and see if we can't get just a full diagnostic before we start wandering around this thing like a bunch of morons. So everybody follow me, please.
All right.
We're going to go up to the nose of this thing.
So you guys head up to Mother, and you see that there is a slot for an access key that you don't have, Miller. Your ship's so small that you don't really have an access key to your Mother because it's not really necessary. You have eyes on the crew at all given times. At that moment, Wilson from the Montero chimes in and says, "I have an access key."
God damn. Well, Captain, there are some stasis pods that are occupied. Maybe somebody there has an access key.
Yeah, we can go check real quick before we.
No, we're going together. Y'all are
Yeah.
in this big damn hurry to go traipsing all over this thing. Miller, stay put, please. We're just gonna go take a look around. We don't have to unlock this moment. That's good to know. Hold tight for me for just a second.
I've got my suit on. I'm on. Okay, all right, fine. I'll wait, Captain.
We'll let you know. Let's go check out the pods.
Cool. So you guys head south now towards the cryo chambers. And as you're walking down the hallways,
I would like to run.
I got the motion tracker out.
oh yeah, if you want to give that a go, turn it on and give it a look, by all means.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
make a comm tech check. You have a +2 because you're using the motion scanner.
All right, so that's gonna be. Ooh, no sixes.
No 6s. Okay. So.
How does it go again? Come on, like I did the diagnostic, like the checklist said.
Oh, Champ, come here. Let me look at that.
So-
thing.
All right, I'll trade you. I'll take the cutting torch off your hands.
Okay.
Two things. One, you can always push yourself to try and roll again, and if you do that,
Oh, let
you
me do
gain
it
one
again.
stress.
All right, I will.
You gain
Okay,
one
I'll try
stress,
that.
which gives you another die in your roll. But if you roll a 1 on your stress, you panic, and that means you have
Nice.
to roll on the panic table. And let me tell
Sweet,
you,
I love tables.
the panic table can get crazy real fast.
Nice. All right, so I can roll the 5d6 again.
Yes.
And you get one more because it's just for one stress.
Okay, so it's actually a
66 now, yeah. And moving forward, you always add that stress die to every check.
That was just the one. All right. So my first roll on my stress die was a success, and then here's the
Nice.
next 5 of them. I got 2 successes.
Okay, cool. So you notice as you're looking at your scanner, there's a whoop 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 that shows that something is moving about 2 decks down on deck C. And it
That's
does
where the
that,
reactor-
and then it stops. The beeping stops.
Oh.
Take a stress, because what the fuck?
We all take stress.
Just you.
All right, so I've got 2 now.
You have 2 stress now, yeah.
Sweet. All right. Whoa, I don't know. He smacks it. Just
Come
like,
So
come
you,
on,
you
this
have
is
that
what-
extra success as well that you can use for a stunt on contact.
ooh. Yeah, so
While
let's
you're
see
doing
here.
that, what's your marching order too? Miller, would you say you're in front? The hallway you can walk about because you're wearing your kind of bulky suits 2 in a row.
Yeah, I'll be up front.
I want to be up front.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
Yes.
Cham and Rye will be in the back.
Mhm.
And Rye's just like, let me see that thing, and just kind of hitting it. You're not reading it right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Classic.
No, it's really said. It said there was something right there. Let's see. In terms of my here's Comtech.
Mhm.
I'll definitely take that. You don't need to roll to overcome the exact. I figured it out. I remember what I'm supposed to do. Just it's been a while since I used this thing.
Sure.
Last time we had rats down in the.
So
All right. Anyway,
you definitely
good eating.
something 2 decks down.
something moved, then stop moving is what you figure. But
Yeah.
that's weird.
Oh,
Something
turn
moved,
around.
stopped moving.
2 decks down,
2 decks down. C deck where the reactor is.
direct below us, or what was proximity to us?
I don't know. This model isn't exactly rated for those kind of specs, but
It'd be great if Mutt and Jeff could not break the motion tracker. All right, when we're just getting started. Okay, so that's something that I'm saying. I need a crew manifest, but now. Okay, so we're all walking. All right, I want to know: did they have a cat? Did they have a possum? What's going
that's
on?
going to be a
Raccoon
mother.
on this ship.
You got to get that key card.
It's an old cat, if it's still around. As you head south towards the
Could've had a
cryotubes. There you go. Could've been a turtle. Or a lobster. It's just huge now. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Xenomorph lobster. Hold on. I got to write this down.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Pitch
there's a
to
Kenner
Free League.
lobster's alien.
Okay, Davis and Miller, as you walk towards the cryotubes, you get towards the door, and you can tell immediately it looks like they've been barricaded. In addition to being locked, you can see it's like there's nails poking through it or bolts from the other side, like they had tried to barricade it. And as you get closer, you see another EV suit on the ground, but the head is missing. And the head is missing because the body is holding a shotgun that is pointed upwards at where its head used to be. You can see dried blood and brain bits behind it. And yeah, that's a dead man. Both of you take 1 stress.
Well, you don't see that every day, Captain.
The 2 of us up front.
Just the 2 of you up front. And as you get closer, you see something else. His arms aren't right. The sleeves by the elbows of the suit have been ripped, like they've been torn. And his arms seem longer than normal. I mean, these suits are rated to be outside in space. So if it was ripped at the elbows, the pressure must have been insane.
Are his arms still there?
His arms are still there.
But
And
it's the suit that's been
The
ripped off.
suit has been ripped, yeah. And just by glancing at it, the arms seem longer, almost like simian in a way. Like they are longer. They don't fit the proportions of his body.
Weird. And this is is it desiccated? Is it? Well, I
Yes,
guess
so
I'm
it
not
is
up there.
desiccated. You can see there's like a tiny bits of dried blood. I mean, after years and years and years, it's not like a painting or anything, but there's still, as you get closer, you can see the telltale signs of gray-black dried blood.
Okay. I take a knee and examine the body closely and turn on the radio. Wilson, can you copy?
Yeah, I'm seeing. So you all have heads-up displays and cameras on your headsets. So he's like, "Yeah, I see it too."
You're seeing this?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got a -1 on board, so why don't you come on and join us? And I'm going to meet you up at Mother, and we're going to get a full crew manifest and find out who else is on the ship before we go poking around in the dark.
He nods and says, "On my way." Okay, everybody make an air supply check. It's been about a turn. You've kind of walked around and looked at a few things.
All right.
So that's 5d6. If you roll any ones, your air supply goes down that many.
No ones.
No ones.
I got 1-1.
No ones.
0 ones.
Okay, so Lisa's supply goes down to 4. Everybody else.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Probably breathing fast.
all
I was
that.
going to say, Davis, it's
Yeah. I'm like hyperventilating.
You're starting to go through withdrawal, so it's causing you to breathe a little deeper.
Okay.
Okay.
Got that extended release.
So, Captain, you're heading back to Mother. What's everybody else doing? So there's 2 elevator shafts to the sides of the cryo tubes. The air scrubber shaft is actually, you can only access that through the ventilation system. So if for some reason you wanted to crawl in there, that's how you do it. There's a stairwell. You can go down the stairs, and you can also go down via a ladder at junction A1. Or you guys can just stick around here. What's the plan?
We've all seen all of the blueprints, right?
Yes, you know the exact layout of the ship.
Okay. Well, first I'll wait to see if the captain says anything.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't how about we get Beavis and Butthead here to just check out the air scrubbers, see if we can confirm whether we can get this whole thing pressurized and make sure do we know whether we have totally breathable air on the ship yet?
Oh, I'm
I'd
sorry,
like to
you
get
do
this
know.
suit on.
So the air is stale. Like, it's like mostly CO2. You think you could breathe in it, it'd be hard. But again, the temperatures are freezing, and taking off your suits makes you think that you'll be in a hypothermic condition very quickly.
Right. And if they investigate the air scrubbers, do you think we could get the environment on the ship stable?
So that's
enough?
where, that's the air scrubbers would be the ones that would filter all of the air and it would clean the air.
Well, we got to see if we can turn the ship on first,
Yeah,
right?
got to have power first. Yeah.
It's putting the CO2 before the horse.
I'm telling you, I'm not sending you down below deck until
I don't want you to send me down below the deck.
we
go look at the scrubber shaft. That's what you want us to do.
No, I think we're all gonna go meet our friend Mr. Wilson.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Oh, let's get a pep talk.
Go with that.
Right, just take a deep breath because
What was back there?
guy blew his head off.
What?
I'm sorry, what?
What?
I'm still here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but there is a clause in our contract for hazard pay, and I think you can put in a motion that this is hazard pay.
And I knew we were going to discuss that just at the earliest opportunity. So, that's an our ship conversation. We're on the other ship right now, and while we're on this ship, we're just not going to talk about the bonus situation. Right?
Well, was the cryo? Was it open? You found a dead guy, but where were the rest of the people?
They looked okay, right?
The door was barricaded, so you really couldn't tell.
So we don't know.
Do you want me to get in there?
I hold up the flamethrower and I'm like, we could.
There's a lot of CO2 in the air, and so we're just not going to turn the
not.
flamethrower.
Okay.
Well, it probably wouldn't work as efficiently. No.
Probably
Save
wouldn't be
it.
as efficient. Yeah. Sure.
Until we scrub this air, no open flame. So, Wilson, what's your 20, please?
I'm coming through the umbilical now, he says, and he'll get through and he'll meet you at the door if you guys want to sit tight for another turn or whatever.
Sure. I mean, how long does it take him? Because I might get impatient.
So it takes about 5 to 10 minutes. It's a turn.
He's
So if you want to wander around, yeah.
I mean, Cham, I could cut into this cryo chamber right now and it turns on the little blow torch.
And you can do that for free because you.
I mean, Captain, you want me to do this while you're
All right, so that's we're looking at the map here.
Yes.
Can I
Just right down
look
the hall.
down the hall
Mhm.
and just kind of look at two things at once? I got Mother on my left, and I got.
Oh yeah, so you can kind of stand at the hallway. You can open the door to the south that heads to that hallway that the crowd chambers are adjacent to, and you can kind of keep an eye on everybody.
It's fine, but here's the deal: you get it open, you take a look inside, but you do not go in that room until we're all back together. Do you copy?
What if there's something in the room? I mean, not to freak Rye out or anything.
Well, Cham's the one that's breathing hard right now. Cham, you see
Listen, I'm
anything
fine.
there?
Cool as a cucumber. I don't see anything right now.
They barricaded.
I
it.
say I stand with Rye with the flamethrower, just in case.
And
Something
he
exciting
kind of, he
happens.
kind of like pushes the end of the flamethrower a little bit further away from his helmet before sitting down, kind of popping the shade on his visor screen, and
Yeah. Don't go inside. Just open the door.
starts cutting through. And
Sure.
like you said, I don't need to roll, right?
No, you don't need to roll. You've succeeded in cutting open doors. With,
I'm gonna see if I.
with
While
the
he's
cutting
doing that, I'm gonna
edge.
see if I can find that motion again.
Sure. Nope.
Yeah.
You can also do that for free, we said. So, no, nothing's pinging right now on the motion scanner.
I think it was a glitch.
Yeah,
All this old.
a lot of glitches with this Wayne Yutani tech, you know?
No, it's just they invest so much in their sales team. They need to invest more in their capital.
It's true. It's absolutely got to invest in the people. And Wilson says,
And their crew.
heroes as he's walking from the umbilical cord. So, Rye, you cut open the door and you kind of push it open. And even from this distance, you can see there are... so you can see directly into Cryo Bay 3, which is the one straight south. You see five of the sleep chambers are currently closed, as though there's people inside. And you see two of them have smashed... the glass has been smashed, and you see two mummified, desiccated corpses inside of them.
Okay, so 5 active, 2 smashed.
Yep.
Captain, it looks like there's 5 of these that are going. 2 have been killed, smashed. I don't know. But there could be people in here.
What do you mean smashed? Like,
Well, like the glass, it looks smashed, and like they're all like they don't have the water. They're desiccated. And somehow I dropped into a Russian accent.
Space mummies.
It is desiccated.
Comrade Rye.
I should have been Comrade Rye. Anyway, sorry.
Wilson, you tying your shoes or what? What's going on?
He's there. Okay, fine. He's there. All right, Trav, calm down.
All heroes.
I'm just like not letting these guys go in that
Sure,
room.
I understand. Yeah, I would say that the amount of time it took you to cut open the door, even though you did it with ease, would take up the whole turn. Cham or Davis, if you just want to do something real fast too, just let me know. If you just want to walk around, that's fine too. You don't see anything.
Right, he's just gonna walk around.
Okay.
Sure.
So Wilson arrives with the access key. Everybody has to make another air supply. Did I ask you to do that already? I think I did.
Nope.
I didn't? Okay. Everybody
Not a
make
second.
another. Yeah, make a second one.
Oh no.
Ooh, yes.
Ooh, I got a 1.
Okay.
I got a 1.
So you guys both go
Still
down.
rocking a full tank.
Down to 4.
Davis
Maybe
is
a
like
5.
sweating inside of her suit, and is like breathing really heavily. And she's just like, is it getting? I know it's like
Take a
it's getting
glove
hot
off.
in here.
Just take a glove off. Right. Just
Davis,
open it up a little bit.
come here.
Just
Can
crack
I-
it a little bit.
Can I do some kind of like med check to help Davis out?
Her air supply? I don't think it would be.
Well, no,
med.
no, for the sweating and the whatever. I don't know if there's.
Well, I am now at 2 air supply.
Wow. Rolling poorly. So
Like maybe give her a sedative to slow down her breathing a bit.
No, I don't think you can do anything like that. If you okay, so here's what: if you make a, this would probably be a heavy machinery check. It's called heavy machinery, but it's like just general, like technician-y stuff. So if you make a heavy machinery check on her suit, then and succeed, I'll give her a +1 on her next air supply roll, just the next one.
Okay.
So let me come here. I'll just like this, Captain. It's all right. I'm
Oh,
not
I
gonna
just-
open it up. It's just gonna. It needs a.
I think it's because of the decaf coffee.
Yeah, all that decaf. So I've
Yeah,
got
yeah,
2
that's it.
stress.
Cham,
Go.
before you You can confirm that room. There's nothing in that room. You've swept the room with your motion detector.
I 2 or 3 times now, and I haven't seen anything.
Mhm.
All right, y'all are clear to investigate that room. Go ahead and step inside. Take a deep breath. Take a look around.
All right. So my stress dice came up 2s.
Okay, just made it. Just made it.
And I got 2 6s otherwise.
Okay, so this is to help Davis's. Okay, cool.
Adjust her suit so that it's not as stuffy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So Lisa, make a note on the next air supply roll.
+1.
+1, yeah. Wilson arrives and he's like, if you let me come over at the beginning, then we wouldn't be having this problem, and we'd all have lots more air, and this wouldn't be a big deal. As he walks over and keys in to Mother, and the door to Mother opens up.
You're a high ticket company asset, so you'll just forgive me for taking it one step at a time.
So you can see him roll his eyes behind his faceplate, and he says, "After you, Captain," and he moves to follow you in. Do you let him?
I do.
Okay.
Pearls before swine, sir. Let me get this thing going.
There's that sense of humor again.
And I just
Sure.
see if we can't get Mother away.
So Mother's on like a DOS prompt mode, kind of. You can run kind of basic commands. You can run a systems diagnostics if that's what you'd like to do.
I like to think that I have to enter my own personal.
Yes, so you do have to
code,
enter your personal YA. And Wasteland says, "I've got mine ready if you don't know yours off the top of your head," because he's kind of a jerk. And but you do know yours off the top of the head. And so you have access. You would assume not as much access as the captain of this ship, but as a captain of another WY vessel, you definitely have basic access.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, let me say, I always like to meet new people. Let me say hello to this Mother here. So I enter my thing and just like I ask for a full crew manifest and for a full sit rep on the state of the ship as it stands.
So power's offline. Power is currently in the process of coming back online. It says because it has sensed that people have come on board. It'll take maybe one more turn, which is another 5 to 10 minutes before power is back online. It says, let's see, temperature will be fixed when power comes back online. It says air filters are currently require replacing or cleaning, and engines offline. Reactor requires cleaning. It says comm array offline. And I think that's about it. You get the manifest. It's 30 people, but only 5 names are listed as currently in hypersleep. The rest are deceased, or some of them have question marks next to their names for current status. You get the names of the 5 people in hypersleep. They are Dr. Flynn, and it's listed that he is an onboard medic. Sergeant Reed, who is the leader of the Colonial Marine Complement that is on board. Clayton, who it is listed as company rep, is all that it says for her title. Dr. Cooper, it says he's the chief scientist. And second officer John Wicks, and it says acting captain in parentheses. I know!
No.
John Wicks with an S. With an S.
It's a son. Okay.
Yeah.
No relation.
Yeah.
We'll wake him up first.
They killed his alien.
I like look at Wilson. Oh, we have a body count on this ship. We got a individual with no head back over my shoulder. Seems to have taken his own life. Something's wrong with his arms. Something's wrong with the suit. Something's wrong with this ship.
Well,
now, I know what you're going to say. I've been at this long enough to know what you're going to say. But let me tell you something. We're going to get these people off this ship. We're going to wake them up. We're going to walk them off of here. And then we are leaving. Okay?
I'm not so sure about that, Captain. I think, there's probably some sort of large monetary, your crew has been talking, and he puts this on the open broadcast. crew's been talking about compensation, and I feel like I could probably pull some strings. You know, this Clayton, I don't know who she is, but I'm sure she would be very appreciative, and the company would be very appreciative if this vessel was returned back to Anchorhead. And I think they would be pretty upset. And, you know, no one wants to be put in that position where they have to, I don't know, punish.
Can I cut him off?
Sure,
Turn the
absolutely.
thing. I'm gonna turn it off. The man has no head. Okay. I'm gonna say that one more
deep
time.
Space,
We got a
people
man,
get depressed.
Head.
It's you know how it is.
People get depressed.
There should have been an onboard psychologist, like
You've got
I
a
am,
thing on
someone to
CNET,
talk
it's not a
to
raccoon going through the
within
trash.
the crew.
Sir.
Listen, I think we're both kind of fired up right now. There's a lot of stuff going on. Let's just no. And he points to Davis. I see what you. That's not what I meant.
The air is very expensive, and you are wasting it right now. So here's the deal. You're gonna sit here and babysit this. I'm gonna walk down there and make sure we don't have anybody else without a head. They're gonna have to clean the air filters, and then we got to go downstairs and we got to clean the goddamn engine. So that's fun. So before we start poking around in the dark, we're gonna get the lights on, and that's your job.
Yes.
I'm gonna walk over here, make sure no one else has decided to put a shotgun in their mouth. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
We will continue this in a moment.
Yeah. Let me talk to Mother. Let me get some alone time with Mother, as we like to say.
I walk off.
Did anyone grab that shotgun that was on the ground in that guy's arms?
While they were in Mother, I wanted to go back and look at this body because they just told us about it. And
yeah,
I'm gonna go check this thing out.
I would like to pick up the shotgun.
So,
no one's
all
letting
right,
me
I think that
thrower.
you.
What? I can't
carry both of them. I think that's what I'm gonna. I don't know the encumbrance rules for this game because I don't really like encumbrance rules. So, and that's how you should play a game, guys. If you don't like the concept of a rule, don't look it up. WebDM.
Don't look at it.
Just wing it.
So I'm gonna make the call that you can't carry both the shotgun and the incinerator unit. You'll have to drop one or hand it off to somebody else.
over my dead body. Maybe.
Can
later.
I walk up as Cham and this whole thing's going on at the body?
Well, this was when you were talking with in Mother.
Yeah.
Because he's once the two head bosses are occupied, that's when Cham knows the deal. They're talking. The supervisors are talking. Yeah, he walks off immediately, and goes and checks. I'm gonna be back by that cryo entrance. Davis, listen. If you just need somebody to carry one of those for you, because that's fine. Like, I don't mind doing that. But what Cham is looking for is a name tag, something he wants to. He's looking at this thing like this guy killed himself. But what's going on? He's trying to find something. Bosses aren't letting him know.
Sure. Sorry, you're searching the dead body.
Yeah, just look at any kind of information about what's going on here.
So you see a patch. So as you kind of pull the Marines, he's a Marine. As you kind of pull, you kind of
Cham's been around Colonial Marines all his life. Maybe he's a tattoo or something he recognizes.
Yeah, you see a name patch on his lapel that says Fallon. It says Lieutenant Fallon.
Lieutenant Fallon.
Jimmy.
Yeah. Marine would do this? I've known a lot of Marines in my life. And
look at his arms, though.
I mean, what could do that to a person? I'm
starting to get a bad feeling about this.
Does he have anything else on him other than the shotgun? And
no, there's nothing else. His suit looks state of the art, like as far as 75 years ago goes. You know what I mean? It's a nicer suit than what you have. And
is there air in it?
No, there's no more air in it.
You share that he's a Marine.
Mm-hmm.
Davis frantically starts patting the body down and checking all the little pockets and stuff, but finds nothing. She gets very upset and says many expletives.
Oh, that's right. You're looking for the super junks that the Marines got.
Yeah, I already looked him over. And then the way to the cryo is open. Has anybody been back there yet?
Yeah, Rye opened it and he kind of looked in, but I don't think beyond that.
I mean, I haven't gone in yet.
No.
Captain said, "Hold on." So
Kevin said, "Hold on," but we don't know what we're dealing with here, and I don't like walking into these things blind. You know me, Brian. I like certainty, security, and I don't like surprises. You know, and I gotta be honest. You know, I don't want to start anything with the captain, but
you should
poke
ride.
around.
Yeah. Oh, God. All right.
You're right. Keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. Just knock on the door if anything.
I'll watch you back.
Yeah. And he's just gonna poke around. He's not gonna, we're just looking. And he tentatively take a step in, and he's got that motion tracker out.
Sure. So the two of you go into the cryo bays. So they are fancier than yours. There's kind of like a small med station in there to kind of help people come back as they wake up from hypersleep. And at that moment, you hear a popping noise, and Wilson comes on and goes, "Got it!" And Mother's voice comes over the PA system and says, "Warning, cryo chambers deactivated." And they start to open, which is what they say when it's opening. Yeah. I would probably fix that wording in the adventure. Notes to Free League. Notes to Free League.
Kill.
And the modules begin opening, and the people inside them start sitting up. Now, you guys know hypersleep at 6 months is kind of fucking annoying. Hypersleep after 70 years, they're not just going to be like hungover, or they're going to be like they have the flu. It's going to be that heavy. And you see they're all kind of incredibly groggy. And one of them, I'll run down what they look like in a sec. An older man with a gray beard and gray hair is holding his head he's holding his head in his hands. So you see that older man, and did you share the names, Miller, of the surviving crew members with everyone else? You don't have had to. It's up to you. No? Okay.
No.
Sure. So this is what you guys see. You see a man in his early 40s with a brown hair and a brown goatee. You see a man in his late 20s with short black hair. You see a young woman who is muscular but very short. She's like 5'4", who's sitting up. And she's wearing kind of, so everyone wears basically their underwear when they go into hypersleep, but her underwear is like marine underwear. If that makes sense. Cool. She's wearing her.
Oh, I know what marine underwear looks like. Trust me.
Okay. We'll save that for another game.
Wow.
I think that's it, right? Did I say 5? Yeah. Oh, and then a woman in her early 40s with a close-cut blonde hair, almost like a pixie cut.
And the thing, once the chambers start opening, Rye, being kind of the ship's medic, he kind of snaps into motion. So he starts looking around for just like any kind of hydration, where they keep like juice boxes, rations and stuff for people when they're waking up to kind of, get some energy.
So there's actually a special drink called hydration, where it's HYDR8TOI. Haha. It's kind of like Super Gatorade, I guess. And this is exactly what you would be handing out if this is the case. Why don't you make a med check for me too, or whatever it's called, medical aid.
Medical aid. All right.
There's hydration here.
There's hydration here. You're not gonna get high off hydration, but you like a little hydration every now and then.
Yeah, I would love some hydration.
And Wilson also says temp should be coming up too, and you all see a temperature gauge on your HUDs as the air. It is coming up, and it's,
oh, thank goodness.
I rolled 2 5s, but no 6s.
No 6s. Okay.
What's in the other cryo rooms?
So they're both open and empty.
Okay. Is anyone talking to us? Say anything? Because otherwise, Jam's just kind of like, Captain, you should get back here. We got people waking up.
Yeah, they're waiting. Yeah.
All right. Hold tight. I'm walking. I'm headed your way.
One of them mumbles, I just had the worst nightmare possible. The younger man with black hair. Rye, you can't find it. You can't find the hydration. That's what they need. They need that hydration, and it should be here, but it's not. So,
well, for all the technology, this is a shoddy run ship. That's all I'm saying. Needs a complete overhaul, top to bottom.
So everyone make an air supply check, unless you want to take your helmets off at this point. It's up to you guys.
Do I feel comfortable taking my helmet
You definitely
off?
think it's warm enough, but it might be difficult to breathe, but it's possible to breathe. There's no mechanical downside to taking your helmet off. I'll just say that.
Okay.
Your your
Does a plus
Sorry, go ahead.
+1 to my air supply roll mean I could add 1 to anything? What does that mean?
It
So
means
plus
that
one die.
you can one die.
Oh, that's like more chances to get a 1.
Yeah, we'll say okay. Move one to
Remove
the side.
a die?
No.
Okay.
That extra die, have it be a different color or something, and that can't bring the air supply down. It's just a bonus die.
Oh,
Makes no sense.
okay. Okay. I'm just gonna take my helmet off.
Okay, sure. There you go.
Me too.
'Cause I'm reckless.
Yeah, nice. Good job playing to the character. The air supply, like, it's stale. It's kind of, you have to breathe heavier, but at the same time, it's breathable.
I mean, yeah, if the people waking up are breathing and everybody else is
Yeah,
out
they're
taking off,
breathing.
I finally rolled a 1, so my air supply dropped anyway. It's this gauge.
It's not a big deal.
I take another X drugs, and I
cool.
turn to everyone and say, "It helps my asthma," and then I start breathing normally again.
Gotcha. Nice.
Glad you're feeling better.
So the one man with a goatee and brown hair and brown goatee sits up and he goes, "I'm acting Captain John Wicks, reporting, reporting. Who are you? Who are you?"
And Rye's standing there with his helmet still on. He hasn't taken it off yet. Well, we're here to rescue you because we're heroes.
That's, I don't know about that. Hi, I'm
That's what I was told. I'm just
Vanessa Miller, captain of the USS Montero. Why don't you sit up and get yourself together? We just got on board. We're just getting a situation here of status of the ship. So I'm gonna put on some coffee. You come around.
So his eyes shoot open and he says, "Just arrived, or you cleared the ship first?"
That's a negative. We have not cleared this ship. We just walked in and we are getting critical systems back online. You all just started waking up a little early.
So he stumbles. All of them kind of snap their heads towards you when you say that, and the man in his late 20s with black hair goes, oh god, they still might be on the ship." And they all look towards the cryo doors and see that they have been cutting torched open, and goes, who did that? We have to barricade the room immediately.
I take a step away from Rye.
Okay. So
I mean,
we're
we
all
had
going
to
to take a
rescue you.
deep breath.
What are you guys talking about? Why did you have to barricade yourselves in?
Because they took the ship. They both.
What are
they,
you pirates?
No,
What?
not pirates. I wish it was as simple as pirates. The specimens. And then the corporate lady goes, "That's enough information, Captain. I think that these people are on a need-to-know basis at the moment."
Captain Miller.
Uh-huh.
That movement 2 decks down. Is that
Yeah.
movement?
Listen, we've got a ping below deck. This might be, what y'all are talking about. It should be stated, and I'm sorry to be the first person to break this to you, but data shows y'all have been cryo-asleep for 70 years. Is that correct?
75, Cam.
75. So while you're processing that, we are on a need-to-know basis. We don't have a whole lot of crew on this ship right now, and if there is something, we've got a crew. You have a crew member in the hall with a missing head. Somebody thought it'd be fun to put a shotgun in their mouth here, right behind me. So if there is something dangerous on the ship, it's time to have a dialogue, but now, because we can all take a very nice walk across to the palatial USS Montero and say goodbye to this whole thing, but now. And I know what you're going to say, and I'm telling you it's an option.
The man. Sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. No, I was going to say, while the captain was doing the speech, Rye was going to try to take this opportunity to kind of slide over to a computer and see if he could access anything interesting.
Yeah. So, give me a comm tech check, and while you're doing that, the man with a gray beard and gray hair sits up. He's still holding his head, and he says, "Yeah, I'm Dr. Cooper. I was chief scientist aboard this vessel. I'm more than happy to tell you exactly what I know, regardless of what the corporation would like to would like for you to know." He seems to have trouble talking at the moment. He's stumbling over his words.
Sleep for 75 years. It's okay.
He's like, I'm sorry. I just have absolutely the worst migraine I've ever had in my life. What'd you roll, Rye?
I got 1-6 on that. As I'm kind of like giving the captain the eye, like we don't really get along, but we at least can work together.
Sure.
And so you can kind of see, I'm just kind of giving him the eye, like keep talking, and yeah.
So you can get into the logs, doing some quick hacking.
Yeah.
You can read the last log from any one of these 5 crew members. You to tell me which one you want to check.
The 40s guy with the goatee with that migraine.
Mm-hmm.
Is that? Do he look kind of sciencey?
He
looks like a smart guy.
He's the chief scientist, is how he introduced himself.
I want his log.
Okay, cool. He says, we've managed to create, this is his last log, team and I have created a vaccine to the disease. Rest of team is confident that it will work, but I am not so sure. And as you're scanning that final line, he lets out a shriek. This man that has been trying to talk to you, Dr. Cooper, and blood starts to pour out of his nose and ears. His eyes roll over white as he falls back and begins convulsing against the wall, the bulkhead.
We bring him out too soon?
Not quite.
All right.
But
everybody stand back, please.
Yeah,
I
all
hold
stand
up
back.
my flamethrower and
Sure.
look at everybody.
You point your flamethrower at him. The rest of the crew of the Cronus back away quickly in a way that makes you think that they've seen something like this before. He's just kind of standing back. His arms are flailing about. You can tell he doesn't really have control of it. And then, with a sickening pop and a bloody splash, his eyeball launches from his face and flies over and smacks right into Rye, who's at the computer console, before bouncing across the floor and rolling under a cryotube. You're trying to figure out what you're seeing when an arm covered in gore pushes its way out of that empty eye socket. It reaches down and pulls at his mouth, like pulls it backwards. He's screaming, but now his voice stops and it's more of a guttural kind of noise. In addition to that, you hear flesh tearing and tendons in his skull snapping as it literally rips the top of his head off. And then he falls to the ground. People start backing up, screaming, "Kill it! Kill it!" And
I press the button on the flamethrower.
Translucent white thing. So the cutscene's still going. Hold on. Sloths. This white translucent thing stands up on 4 wobbly fawn-like skinny legs, and it shakes off brain matter, turns its bulbous eyeless head towards you, and crouches like it's ready to pounce. Let us start initiative.
Yeah, buddy.
So here's how initiative works in this game. You, if you're playing at a table, you draw from a deck of 1 to 10 playing cards. Since we're not doing that, we'll just roll d10s. If we get doubles, then we'll re-roll. So everyone roll initiative. No bonuses or anything like that. It's just you draw what you draw.
Okay, so 1d10 or 2d10?
1d10.
Got 4.
4. And it goes 1 to 10. The order is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
3.
3. 5.
I got a 4 as well.
Okay, so you guys can determine who wants to go first. Who goes first?
Roll off again.
You can do that. Oh, I got a 4 as well.
I got a 4 for my second roll.
4? Oh my goodness, 4's all around.
I got a 9.
9? Okay. So I'm sorry, I wasn't writing these down. So who rolled a 1 through 3? Anyone?
Hey, yes.
Yes. What'd you
3.
roll?
3.
Okay, 3 for Captain
Grace.
Miller. Okay, so Miller will go first. Who rolled the 4 again?
Well, we both rolled 4s, but he beat me, so I guess it's him and then me.
Sure, that works.
I like how I've been so eager to use this flamethrower, but I'm going last.
What did you roll?
It was a 5.
5.
Yeah.
Okay, Miller, you get to act first. Remember, you can do a slow action and a fast action on your turn. A slow action is shoot, basically, or actively use a skill, things like that. A fast action is move. There's an aim is something you can do to give yourself +2 for your modification, for your roll, but if you're going to shoot. In addition, the other thing to keep in mind is if you are attacked, you can attempt to block. You need to have a melee weapon, but that is a fast action, and you have to hold that. Like, you can't use it and then use it again. Does that make sense? Yes?
Yes.
I see nods.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Sorry, I wasn't looking at my screen. So what would you like to do on your turn, Captain Miller?
Captain Miller. So I'd like to think that Captain Miller has done some target practice. She went right for the pistol. I think she's kind of a target shooter. I would like to take a round of aiming.
Yes. So you get
Wouldn't
2
just
more
start
dice.
blasting.
Yeah, smart call. 2 more dice to your
Extra
roll, and go ahead whenever you're ready.
Do I roll now, or do I get the whole round?
So
goes
it works on, it counts on your round. Just now that's your fast action. So you're
cool.
sacrificing movement or the possibility to block. So
So
roll
that's
it.
ranged combat.
That is ranged combat. Yep.
All right,
So it's
that's
still
3 for the attribute, 1 for ranged combat,
Mhm.
and 2 more because I'm aiming.
yes.
Ah, damn.
And also your agility.
Yeah, he said that, I think, right?
That's the 3.
Oh,
That's the
yeah.
first 3.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Yes.
You cut out.
Oh, I got 4 1s
4.
and a 6.
Do you have stress?
I have
think you
not
do.
had a stress.
I think you
yet.
do. You saw the dead body.
no. Yeah, you saw dead buddy.
So
Oh, yes.
roll another die.
Another D6.
That's your stress die. Yeah. Don't roll a
I got
1.
1.
You rolled a 1. You said.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so normally when you roll a run on your stress die, you don't fail, but when you're shooting a gun, you do fail. And not only that, this game doesn't count ammo like individually; it counts it in reloads. If you roll a 1 on a ranged attack, then you empty your magazine shooting or whatever. So,
Fire.
and I'm pretty sure the pistol only had 1 reload. You'll have to double check your notes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did.
Okay,
So I put a whole clip in the chair
yes,
or whatever,
Yeah.
and totally miss it, and it scares the shit out of me.
Yeah,
right?
and so now this is exciting. This is our first panic table roll because you rolled a 1. So the way the panic table works is it's 1d6 plus your current amount of stress, which is only 1. So it's unlikely. I
Just
think
1.
it's like if you roll a 5 or below, nothing happens. But you never know. So
I got a 1.
you got a 1. Okay. So 2.
no.
I'm pretty sure. Do you have the panic table in front of you? I don't have it. It was in that email I sent.
I've got it up.
Thank you. It's nothing happens, Jim. Read the fluff for me.
What was the result?
It was a 2 total, so it'd be 5 minus everything that's there.
Total 5 minus. Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you read this thing? Because we've got -6 is keeping it together. You managed to keep your nerves
Yeah.
in check.
Oh, it's -6. Yeah. So anything under a 6. That's what that means.
Okay. That's how you read that. Okay. Yeah. Anything under 6. Keeping it together. Barely managed to keep nerves in check.
Barely managed
After
to keep your nerves in
panic.
check. You panic. Hey, you've never seen something like this before. That seems like a perfect reaction.
Captain.
And Cham, it is now your turn.
So Cham was as this thing was happening and an arm came out of this guy's eyeball. He immediately looks around for something heavy and hard to hold in his hand. Like, is there a tool or something, like an improvised weapon is what he's looking for.
Sure. What did you have the cutting torch? No. Rye has that, right? Okay, sure. Yeah, you can.
As far as I know, I just had the motion tracker.
There's like a metal tray that a bunch of medical supplies were sitting on. You could kind of grab that and use it as a shield or something to batter this thing with.
Yeah, he's just the first thing that looks big and heavy. He's got, and but then when the gun goes off, he backs up and is now. That's like my fast action is like draw a weapon. Then I think maybe the second fast action would be seek cover.
Sure. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you can go around the corner or go outside the door where you came through. So you now are carrying a metal tray, and it's got heft to it. You know, it's in space, and because of the way things move around, it's heavy. It's heavy enough that you think if you smacked something with it, it would hurt.
Yeah, he looks at it. Just it doesn't provide any comfort.
Okay, right. Rye, it is now your turn.
Rye is going to move over, try to move over to the door and shut it.
Okay.
If possible.
Yeah.
He sees the captain firing away. He knows Davis, and he knows that she's a hair's breadth away from filling this room with fire. So he just wants to make sure there's no possible escape.
Yeah. So you cut open the door. I'll say that it would take both your fast and slow to kind of push the door back up and push it against the bulkhead, if that makes sense. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So
I'm just kind of blocking the door off just so it can't run out.
Okay. And it is now the monster's first turn because aliens get to act multiple times in initiative because they're aliens. And here we go. It's going to jump at Captain Miller, who's just firing a gun at it. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. It leaps. It was in that pouncing position, and it leaps through the air and jumps onto your chest. And you see it burrows, it scratches, and bites you right in the middle of your neck. So we're going to roll damage.
Fuck.
All right.
How big is this thing?
What's the damage?
I'm rolling it now. It's a lot of... It's about the size of a house cat. Have you seen Alien Covenant?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it is your lucky day because even though it rolls a lot, it does not roll a success on its attack. So
I love it.
You gain a stress. In fact, everybody should take a stress for seeing this monstrosity appear. I should have done that immediately.
I've got one of these.
Let me just... you guys have the critical injury table in front of you? Yeah, cool. So this would have been one of the 6s if it hits. I'll just leave it at that, which is significant, we'll say. Okay.
Looks like that.
Neomorph, this is the blood. That's real close. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, the bloodburster, and it is covered in blood, as it should be. Okay,
oh my God.
Davis, it's your turn.
I've been standing there just looking at everyone like, can I use it now?
Kill it.
Oh, okay, all right, calm down. And then I'm trying to figure out how to use it, and then I hit the button. Wait. Is this a weapon that I can aim? Because I saw that was a fast
you can aim
action.
any range.
I will aim.
I'm gonna look up fire rules. You go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
All right.
It's on you. She's gonna flamethrower.
I'm gonna aim and it's on you.
Yeah, it's like standing.
It's happening so fast. How do you know?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna. Well, that's why I'm aiming. I'm just gonna get the little piece.
Burn it off of him.
The little piece that's not on you. Because it's not looking good.
Yeah, I mean, you're
also
holding
everyone's
it out.
Screaming. Also, I'm reckless.
It's like trying to claw at you. You're holding it out of the way, away from you.
Yeah, it's like, oh God! And I will flamethrow, trying not to hit the captain as much as possible.
Good choice.
I'd like to point out that Rye is not screaming right now.
Okay.
Well, there were other people. There were like 5 other people.
I know. I'm just being a shit.
How's that roll?
Shouting.
Oh, right. Okay, so I roll. So it's my ranged combat. So I roll 7,
and
then
stress.
I have to roll stress.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my 2 special.
That's a great little figurine, Trav. I love it.
Okay, I got 1 success.
Okay.
And I got 2s on my stress ones. So
Okay,
it only
so you're
matters
good.
if they're 1s. Right?
So
Okay.
you light it on fire. The fire seems particularly effective at hurting this alien. I'll say, so roll your armor, Captain Miller, which your suits all have an armor rating of 2. That means you roll your armor rating in d6s, and if you roll a 6, you'll reduce the damage by 1. We'll say this would do 1 damage to you, and if you roll a 6, then it does no damage.
You're muted.
I got a 3 and a 2.
Okay, so you take 1 damage from the flamethrower as some of the flames light up on your hands.
I say sorry, but also I'm smiling and laughing.
Okay. I think that is enough damage that it gets to... Give me a second.
No way I'm not pretty badly burned.
I'm not dead, but I'm very badly burned.
Very badly burned. Did you get it? Is it dead?
So we'll do fire check in a moment because that's a thing. Okay, so you light it on fire, and like I said, the fire seems particularly effective. You almost feel like you're doing double damage to it. But then, because this is the Alien RPG and it's a xenomorph, something else happens. Oh, never mind. It is completely melted, practically.
Yes!
Miller, you throw it to the ground and it lets out a horrible shriek, unlike anything you've ever heard. And then it just kind of falls to the ground and the fire burns it up into ash. It burns really quickly, like faster than any other flesh or barbecue you've seen before.
What the fuck was that?
And that is where we will end Act 1. Yay!
Wait, the alien turned into ash? Like the synth from the first Alien movie?
No, not that ash.
No. Oh,
Nice.
sorry.
Literal ash.
I'm sorry. My
All
bad.
right,
Cinder.
let's cut to break. We'll be back in 10-ish minutes to continue with Act 2.
I got to flamethrow! Woo!
Hello, we're back. Wow, what a break! Act 1 break. Yeah, that neomorph. You guys,
Yeah,
reclaimed
I
it.
saved the captain, and there were no consequences. I did great.
You did. First group that killed the neomorph that I've seen. So congratulations.
Oh, nice.
Both the other groups harpooned it, then it ran away with the harpoon still sticking out of it, like clanking along, which is pretty fun. But hey, that's not something you guys have to worry about. So in between acts, the GM, the game mother, and the players go over each character's agenda, and if you fulfilled your agenda, if you roleplayed your character well, then I will give you what is called a story point. And congratulations, I'm going to give all 4 of you a story point. I think you all did a great job playing your characters. And what a story point is, it's an auto 6 on any of your rolls. So if you don't roll anything, you can spend your story point to get a 6. And what's really cool about this game, so obviously this is cinema mode, which is made specifically for one-shots, but story points are player-based. So this game will end, and people will be alive, or people will be dead, or whatever, and then the next time we run another cinema scenario, you'll still have all your story points from this one.
Cool.
Yeah. It's just a fun little mechanic. This is a game, obviously, a lot of it's made for one-shots, so it's good to reward players, even when all of them die. But no one has died yet. The only real
Including
risk,
the captain.
including the captain.
No consequences.
Yeah, the captain was in quite a bit of peril, but managed to get past it alive. Okay, so let's jump right back in. Wilson pushes open the door from the other side and goes, "Is everything okay in here?"
What a rush!
No.
No, everything is not
everything's
okay.
great.
I'm gonna cut the umbilical. We gotta get out of here, Captain. Captain, we gotta get out of here.
I want to do it again.
I'm getting differing.
Captain, you know what's right. You know we gotta.
Well, you should listen to the people that aren't currently on pills.
It was-
Not what?
And
Everybody knows.
it's not a secret. Your empty bottles get left everywhere. You know, I have to empty the recycler, so I see them.
It's okay, no judgment, but that flamethrower is dangerous.
So anyway, Raya's gonna go over and see if he can see to the remainder of the crew that just woke up. He's just trying to find something to
Yeah, what are they doing?
some kind of normalcy.
They've all turned pale, and the younger looking man with black hair says, I don't understand. He took the serum. He inoculated himself. Why did he? What does that mean? What does that mean?" And his eyes get wild, and he starts looking around.
Hey there, kid. Hey, come on now.
What that means, Captain. You know what that means.
We've all seen some shit, but you're gonna have to give us some more info here. So he took some kind of serum?
Yeah, everyone did. The infection was spreading, and so we all, the scientists on board, we created a vaccine to inoculate us from the...
From what?
The infection. And he motions towards the dead body of Dr. Cooper.
And how did he get infected?
Yeah, like, is this like an air thing? Am I glad I left my helmet on?
Some of the researchers planetside caught it somehow. We're not sure exactly how it happened, to be honest, but they became infected, and after a certain amount of time, those things burst out of them and ran around the ship and killed half the crew and turned the other half into those things or other things. The captain looks like he's been shaken, like reminding him of this has shaken him out of his stupor, and he's like, "It's true. It's all true."
Like, walk up to the captain and be like, "So they got sick on the planet. So you broke quarantine and you brought them up to the ship.
We didn't know they were sick until they were on the ship."
And they
he
killed
said,
half the crew?
defensively.
Half of it?
Half the crew.
We're not
Which
sure
half?
who the rest of them
The
are.
good half? Because what we're looking at is the fact that they're not going to let us not keep the ship. Do you understand?
There goes our bonus.
Do you want to explain to them that we're going to leave the ship?
The company woman steps in and goes, all right,
See
everybody,
it?
You killed what must have been the last one. It's been 70 years. We left Ava to deal with them on the ship. I'm sure she's dealt
Who's
with
Ava?
everything. Ava is our synthetic.
Oh no.
She's on board, probably. I mean, 70 years. She's very strong. She's adept with weaponry. I'm sure that she's taken care of any
Combat model.
remaining things. She's just as
What
competent.
exact?
So
What exact model?
Ava is basically the female equivalent of Walter from Alien Covenant. Just extremely friendly, extremely helpful. There's no sense. This is true. Walter's the man in Alien Covenant. He's really a good synthetic. He's a good dude. He wants to help everybody out. And Ava has that same reputation as being super friendly and helpful to all humans.
I
no
still don't
glitches.
trust they got all the bugs out. I'm sorry, I've seen it.
We don't know what's happening, but this ship, we have to get this ship back. But there's still plenty of artifacts in the science lab that Weyland-Yutani absolutely needs. And she looks
We should
at Wilson.
absolutely go to the science lab and secure those samples, I think.
Security samples.
I mean, you saw
not a
what
bad
the
idea.
flamethrower did to that thing. If we encounter any others,
Okay,
I
can we get?
we can rig the ship to blow. I don't think anybody would know about it.
Well, I mean, that's always a possibility, Jam.
And we
But we
should
should keep that
get-
in our back pockets.
we should
Do we-
search the labs first before we blow it up.
Are there more flamethrowers?
The Marine looks and she says, I had a pulse rifle in my storage locker on the second floor on B deck. I think B deck? Let me double check. It's in her storage locker outside of the living quarters.
Okay, and that's great. I do love pulse rifles. They sound cool when they shoot. I heard it once. But do we have any flamethrowers or things that could be turned into said flamethrower?
So if you go down to deck D and there's a bunch of storage lockers again that are dedicated to like repair tools and things like that, you might be able to fashion an incinerator out of things down there. But that's on deck D. So
Gotta take the elevators.
the elevator, I think both the elevators are out. You'll have to
You have
check.
to use the scrubbers and then go into the ceiling or the stairs. I guess there's stairs.
So there's ventilation shafts that let you go into the air scrubber units.
I'd rather not go into a tightly confined space. But that's just me.
Junction A2 is just past the exam room. We go down there to the reactor, do what we need to do. We get up and back and out.
So
Walk away.
there's not just the reactor, and Wix kind of furrows his brows and he goes, we need to clean the air shaft. We can't survive unless the air scrubber units are cleaned or replaced. In the comm array, you don't fix that from inside the ship. We're going to have to send people on a spacewalk to get over there and repair it manually.
You have any technicians here still alive?
They kind of look at each other and kind of look at the floor, and he's like, I'm
So it's just-
certified for
So
basic
you're-
repairs.
So you're saying I'm gonna have to go out there? Okay. Well, that's great. He just kind of gives a long look at the captain. So, Captain, what should we do first, huh?
Which one?
We got scrubbers, we got the engine, we got the comms array.
Start with the air. Okay. We got to breathe in here. Okay. We got to get everything turned back on. And we got to find out what else is on the ship other than the things in this room. Okay.
I think we should start with the science labs personally.
Clayton says, I would like to go to my suite, which is across from the science lab. So if you are clearly adept at using this weapon, and she motions to you, Davis, I think that maybe if you could escort me down to my room, that would be satisfactory. And Wilson says, I think I would like to go with Clayton, is it? My name is Wilson. I'm vice president of Colony Outreach back on Weyland-Yutani for the, quadrants 9 through 12. So I think that you and I, we need to get on the same page with what expectations are for the ship and for, you probably have seniority on me. You probably have seniority on me at this point. You've been asleep for 70 years, but I think we should
Silver linings.
we should get on the same page just with what's going on. We're both company people. Is that okay with you, Captain? Is that okay with you? And he turns to Miller.
if you had to guess, how many of those things would you say might still be on the ship? Wild guess.
We injured one before we went to sleep, and I have to think that Ava would have finished it off. They're slower when they're injured, and they don't bleed acid. A thing that I'm just telling you, because who knows if these things would bleed acid, but this one doesn't bleed acid.
Good to know.
Yeah, what?
Why would it bleed acid?
Could it bleed
Who
acid?
knows? This might be...
What kind of ship is this?
It seems odd to just bring that new detail in.
All right, maybe it wasn't the character saying that. Maybe it was someone else who's looking over you from a distance and forgot to inform you of that while it was bleeding from being on fire or whatever.
Oh yeah. All right. So at least how many then? At least one, but there was more.
There were two. One was injured, one wasn't. We managed to space one of them too.
One of them on that motion sensor. 2 decks down.
And there was also a mention of other things.
Other things.
Is that what we see in the example out front?
Yeah. What happened to Fallon?
Yeah, that's
Fallon?
what happened. He was starting to change. We don't know why, but for some reason, some people change into those things instead of exploding with other things. And then the medic was inoculated. You all have to get inoculated too. Wait. And he runs over to the body of Dr. Cooper, excuse me, and starts patting him down. There must be a reason. And he pulls out of one of the inner pockets of the doctor's lab coat, which he put on after waking up. He pulls out a syringe filled with a black liquid. It's like a goo. You can see it's viscous just by looking at the syringe.
Not put this guy. Listen.
There,
No, I'm good.
He had one left.
No.
What does this do?
If you don't take this, then you're gonna turn into that. And he points at Cooper's dead body.
Have
Or
any
that.
side effects?
No,
Well,
it's a vaccine.
Apparently, the side effect of this
Not-
vaccine is the exact disease.
75 years that thing's been sitting in there.
It
Yeah.
seems like a bad trip.
Don't do
Yes,
it. Don't do it, Davis.
The flamethrower, please.
Because you said that he was inoculated, and you're like, oh, why didn't it work?
We don't know if Fallon got inoculated. The Marines.
No, I'm talking about this guy here.
Oh.
That his face just burst open, and you said he was inoculated.
Well, he's
Why
not,
didn't
and
it work?
he holds up the syringe. He must not have inoculated himself. And Rai, you were just looking at his logs, and if you'll recall, he said something like, "I'm not so sure" or something like that. I don't remember what I said. Go back to the VOD. Someone rewind.
Check the VOD.
Chat rewind. So he didn't take his thing.
Oh, well, no.
Well, I still have my helmet on, so I think I'm good.
Cham put his on sometime during all of this.
Okay, sure.
Captain, you should take it.
Make air supply checks. Cham, you can hold off. You probably after combat you put your helmet back on?
Afterwards. Yeah.
So Pruitt, Rai, you're good, Rai? Okay. Everyone else doesn't have their helmet on, right? Miller and
Yeah, I
Davis.
took mine off.
Okay, cool. The med lab. If you go to the med lab, there's more inoculations there. Maybe you should go there instead of the science lab. And he looks at Davis, and then you can get more of the things, and we can bring them back and hand them out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll go check out this med lab. Is it near the science lab?
Let us check the map.
Yeah, it's
Well, I mean, we can all do this in how they say the fell swoop. One of them.
I don't remember reading anything about an inoculation clause or any kind of unknown xeno medicine, Captain. We're not under any obligation to take this. Now I understand. I'm hazard pay, salvage, rescue. Those are good things. We should be helping people out with SOS, but whatever that is, keep it away.
I reload my pistol
Okay, that's it, right?
and I point it at this guy
Whoa, which guy's this
and I
guy?
say, the guy holding the black goo.
Okay,
He's
that's
telling me we got to get inoculated.
Dr. Flynn.
You come near me with that goddamn thing, I'm gonna blow your head off. You understand? You're not putting anything in me. You're not putting anything in my people.
I don't trust
All right.
anything on this ship, Captain.
Yeah.
Including
We're
you.
going to med lab. I'm on fire, or I was. Okay. I need
Only little.
attention, and then we're going to clean the air, and then we're going to turn the ship on, and then we're going to pilot it home. I need notes on whether that can be done remotely. Do we have to be on the ship to get it home?
No,
We're going to quarantine, and we're not going to let it pass there, and we're all going to go home.
So the ship can be set to autopilot with the captain's approval. For that amount of distance, it would need the captain's approval.
And so I was, so I'm assuming I would know that. And so, just that, we're going to take it home. You try and explain it to them that they won't let it, that we don't want to take it home. We're going to take it home, but we're not going to take it past quarantine. You're going to have a group of people move through here to blow away at least one of these things, and probably two. No one goes on C deck right now until we absolutely have to. We're going to the med bay. I'm getting patched up, and then we're going to clean the air. We're going to stay together. We're not going to fuck it up. All right?
At that moment, through all of your internal comm systems that you have on your suits, you hear your mother, Montero's mother, and she says, displacement drive malfunction, cascade failure imminent, fission reactor overload in T-minus 10 minutes.
No.
What?
No.
What?
Everyone
No.
take a stress.
Mother.
I am stressed.
Take one more stress. Your ship is going to explode.
Mother. What? No, we can't. All right, first off, if it explodes this close, is it going to damage the Cronus?
Oh yeah, it's going to wipe the Cronus out.
Oh.
Well, we can't allow that. No.
No.
Something's going on. We got to get back over there, champ.
Let's
we gotta get
run.
Yeah.
Clayton looks at you, Miller, and says, sounds like you have other problems right now rather than your little plan. So why don't you deal with that, and I'll be in my suite. And she turns to Reed the Marine and says, let's go get your gun.
All right.
We're running to the ship.
Sure. Who's going?
Yeah.
I see fingers raised from Cham, Rye, Davis. Captain, everybody's running over? Okay.
We're all like, I look at everybody like 10 minutes. We have 10 minutes till this ship explodes and takes the Cronus with it, right? That's what I understood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it appears to be the most imminent danger, Captain.
Well, that's a goodbye, everybody. Run.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
We're not moving.
You guys all book it back to the ship.
Yeah.
Where does everyone go on the ship? Wilson says, don't forget Daisy. She's loaded with the cargo.
For one, right? There's a cargo bay full of helium-3. I'm gonna fire up Daisy.
Okay.
I'll go to the engine room.
This is Jim the player. Yeah. Let's get to the. I'll get Daisy.
Sure. So you run down. Start firing up Daisy. No check needed for that. That's basic stuff. Rye, you get to the engine room, and it's like when you remember back in engineering school when you were reading your manuals about how what the worst case possible scenario could be if everything goes wrong. And it's like someone took a picture and put it right in that page of the book. Everything is going wrong. Sparks are flying. Gauges are all the way to the right in the red. There's no way that you can fix this. You don't know how this could have happened, but it has happened.
But this doesn't look like it could have just happened on its own.
You're not sure. It's an old ship. There was that glitch. There's been glitches happening. You don't necessarily think it was sabotage. If there would have been footprints, some sort of footprint there if it was straight sabotage. You just think that, I don't know, maybe all those barrel rolls might have overloaded something somewhere. All that fancy flying might have caused a problem. You're not, honestly, you can't pin down what it could have been.
I just want to know who to blame, and now I know.
Okay. Good job, Rudy. Captain Miller, what's your plan?
As I'm like putting my shoulders down and hauling ass down the corridor as the alarms go off, just in her head math, running to the ship. Do we think there's time to get on board the Cronus, go through the tube, get on board, get to the bridge, get it moving the hell out of here, and clear it in time to escape the destruction of this particular ship that we're on.
As you're running to the bridge, you hear T-minus 6 minutes till destruction. If Davis is on your tail, you know you have a hotshot pilot who could put in some really fast calculations and set this thing on autopilot to get out of here. You figure she probably doesn't need to be on board. I assume you can smack the button to retract the umbilical if that's what you want to do immediately, or something else. I don't know. No?
But Davis needs to pilot Daisy because who else is going to do it?
So Daisy's in your cargo bay. Yeah, she could set this to autopilot, run to the ship, and try and pilot. You guys can also always make checks just using your attribute scores if you don't have any points in the skill. It still counts. So if someone else wanted to make a piloting check, you could do that as well.
Okay. Plus stress.
Yeah.
So
plus stress.
we are trying to get our ship on autopilot, moving away from this terror ship.
Yes.
And also Daisy moving away from our ship.
Yes.
It at least has our hull. Yeah. At least we can salvage.
It has part of the hull. Daisy has part of the hull. It would take a number of trips.
All the helium-3. And why do we need the shuttle? Is the umbilical still attached?
The umbilical is still attached to the Cronus. Yeah.
To the Cronus. So we run like hell.
We
retract the bridge and we haul ass out of here.
Yes.
What do we need the shuttle for?
So the Montero is the one that's
the Montero's about to explode.
It might not get far enough away. We might have to set it on autopilot, get in the shuttle.
Yeah, to get it moving away.
It needs to be moving away from the Cronus now. Otherwise, it'll be costing the blast radius.
Copy that. Let's do it.
Cool.
Okay, I think my plan is go in, set the shuttle moving away, and then as it's moving away, get Daisy out, right? Because priority is for everyone to not explode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Yep. So who else? Miller, you're on the bridge too? I assume you want to help. So we haven't talked about helping, but you can help Davis set coordinates for autopilot. Does that sound like something you want to do?
That sounds
like
exactly
so you just explain to me how you're helping, like give me some fluff, and then she gets a +1 automatically.
Well, she's got a 2 in piloting. Is that separate from navigation? No.
So, I've got a 3 in piloting.
Yeah.
Plus
so
I think I started as a pilot, and
Oh, you're talking about yourself? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you don't even have to have skills when helping in something, just as long as it makes sense in the world as you explain it, you help. That's what you're doing. So you can't really take an action, but you're helping. So you have a history.
Shouting
at you. Maybe a little less stress-inducing way of helping.
Yeah. I'm like, no, I've got it. And I'm beep booping buttons.
Okay, sure.
Wow, I didn't get higher than a 4. But also my stress dice weren't 1s.
Okay, so you can push yourself. You have failed.
Okay, how does pushing myself
So
work?
you add 1 stress to yourself, and you re-roll all of your non-6s. So you'll re-roll everything and 1 more stress die.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Okay, better. We've got 3 successes.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
And no stress.
That's
Does that get added to my whole stress level?
Yes, that stress point is now added to your stress level. Okay. So mark off you have another stress.
Yeah. So you're yelling at me, and I F it up, and I'm like, shh, and then I beep boop the buttons properly.
Cool. Nice beep booping.
Yep.
The umbilical retracts. You start flying the Montero away. It seems like it's going to make a safe distance away.
Right, we gotta get Daisy now.
Yeah, so you run to Daisy. You hear T-2 minutes till destruction. Okay. You hear Wilson say, "I'm on deck D. I'm opening the cargo bay doors. You can get in through there. It's going to take some fancy flying, though. Looks pretty tight."
Oh my god.
I got 1 success.
Oh, you did? For Daisy?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you also had stunt points for the last one, but
oh yeah.
So
I don't know. It's zooming away really fast.
Yeah.
But not so fast that we can't get back to the ship.
Sure.
I do it perfect.
Good job. So it zooms away, and you all are in Daisy, which has 5 cryo chambers in it as well, and you manage to open the bay doors on the Montero and fly them onto deck D onto the Cronus, which is just a giant vehicle bay. And Wilson is waiting there. He's opened the cargo bay doors, so you have a way of getting in. And you land. It is close. You are practically kissing the ceiling, Lisa Davis, while you're flying, but you manage to squeeze it in without doing any significant damage to Daisy.
Yeah, I meant all of that.
Excellent fly.
Every bump.
And Wilson is clapping as you arrive, and he's like, "Heroes!"
Also, what a rush. But you see that I'm like starting to sweat again.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right, you did all right. No need to get nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just nerves. That's all. Just classic nerves.
Yeah.
Captain, and he's going to bring the captain over. Preliminary report on the engine of the Montero is just overwork. She was just pushed too hard, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about. He kind of like looks over at Davis.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to med. Okay.
All right, I'll accompany you.
Yeah.
All right.
To make sure whatever this goop stuff that they want to push on us, I don't trust it, Captain.
No.
You're heading to deck B?
Yeah, so that's on deck B. We're going to go back into stealth mode now, so we have to kind of move at a certain pace while things happen. I'm going to encourage the players to pause the stream now, or don't look at the stream overlay as we play, just because stuff might be happening on the ship, and it's more fun if you don't know. But the audience does. Okay. So you guys are on deck D at the moment. If you recall, you were told that there were parts on deck D to make more incinerators if you wanted.
Yeah, as long as we're here, we got to get those. As long as we're here,
Let's see what me and Cham can cobble together.
You see two ATVs broken down and on their sides on the ground. It looks like they might have had larger vehicles. You can see like chains that would hold them down, but you don't see any larger like lander units or things like that. But there are the two. Same as in Prometheus, they have those little like buggy things. There are two of them on their sides. They don't look like they're operational right now, but you think you could scrounge enough parts from that. And then there's a vehicle storage parts room to the south. Rye or Cham, you think you could probably cobble something together with a heavy machinery check. And I will say a full turn's worth of work.
I'll help out Cham.
Yeah,
but that's okay.
Let's
okay, so
and then is this none of the stuff with like the any of the things we would need to repair or clean the ship are here, are they?
Ooh,
like you know what I mean? Like we've got all this stuff that we've got.
Load up.
Let me double check that.
Let's see.
Because I think.
Yeah, is there like a computer terminal I could go to down here and
so
maybe check out some kind of inventory manifest or logs or whatnot?
Yeah, in the dispatch office, which is right to the side, you can go in there. And
there's something shed. I can't quite read it.
It's the
equipment shed.
Yeah, equipment shed.
That's where the equipment shed is where Cham's heading.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'll be right down the hall.
Let me just double check something in the equipment shed.
Yeah.
And he's got his motion sensor out, like paranoid. And stuff.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Boop, 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 boop. You see movement on deck C.
I'll let them know.
Mm-hmm.
Are the elevators still working or still not working?
Yeah, so you can see also as you walk around the elevators, the left shaft, the elevator cabin is on that lower level on D, and it's like broken open. The door has been smashed, and you can see what looks like soot and like someone had lit it on fire, or some sort of incendiary grenade had gone off inside of it. It looks like there's been fire damage inside, so that one's definitely out of commission. And the one on the right, the cabin is not currently on deck D, but I mean, from what you can tell, it might be working. You're not really sure.
Cham is like just now hit the Montero, presumably is disintegrated, atomized into space. Yeah. And he sees this, and like they killed half their crew, and he like just it has a realization like he's not gonna live through this, and I'm gonna use his rosary.
Oh yeah.
So he's gonna take it out and just like it's been forever, it's his lifetime on ship crews. Not like you can make it to mass when you're on 6 months long hauls, and it's been forever since he's been anyway. So, but he's like, faced with his mortality, I'm not gonna live through this. His first thought.
So let's also talk about that. You're using your personal item, which everyone has a personal item. It doesn't take up any encumbrance, and you can use it just like Jim just did very well, once per act to recover 1 stress, to take out 1 stress. So good job, Jim. Excellent job. Reduce your stress by 1. And if anyone else wants to do that, it's on your character sheet. You can do it at any given time.
Is this your signature item?
Yeah, signature item is what it might be called. Sorry.
What if you used your signature item twice already?
Is it drugs or something? What is your signature item?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, technically it's the bottle.
Oh.
So I use it like a worry stone.
Yeah.
It's empty right now.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm just kind of clutching it.
Yeah, as you walk out, you clutch it closely and you think about how much you love drugs and you wish you had more. And you think about how awesome it's going to be when you have some and take some. And this is what people who like drugs are like, right?
Yeah, this is what
This is addicts. This is a very good...
Always better afterwards.
Yeah. So your stress goes down 1 as well.
Yeah, and Rye, he's going to go into the office there, and he pulls out an old worn photo and kind of puts it at the corner of the screen, and begins typing, looking up these to see what's down here and all the logs and stuff. To do the same.
Sure.
So there's a picture of a younger man on that, but looks a little bit like Rye.
Have you not shared this with everyone else before,
No,
Rye?
no. I just said he doesn't really talk about his family that much.
Okay.
But yeah, he just pulls this out and kind of looks at it, and he's like, and just kind of steels himself a little bit.
Okay.
So he remembers what it's all about.
Yeah. Oh. Well, maybe we'll learn more about that later. Okay. So, Cham, you find air filter replacements, carbon filter replacements in the equipment shed, which
Thanks.
you can use these if you need to change out the...
And then kind of like if there's like a bag or something as well, like something to hold.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and on my my comm check, just so you know, I did get 3 6s, and my stress die was not a 1.
Cool.
But I don't know, it's gone now, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. You
All
only
right.
had 1 stress?
Yeah, I only had the 1 you just gave me, like before we left.
Gotcha. Okay.
I have like 1,000 stress.
Yeah, you should have gotten a stress from seeing the alien as well.
Okay, well then I'm back down to 1.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that's where I got the stress, from seeing the alien.
You also got a stress when the ship said it was going to blow up.
Okay,
Okay.
good to know. Now I'm back down to 1.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Okay, so Captain and Davis, are you both going to the med lab? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you two
Yeah.
are going to be down here. Who is keeping their helmets on and who is taking their helmets off?
Is on.
Sorry, say it again.
Cham has his on.
Cham's
He's
is
keeping
on.
an eye out for air. Yeah.
Rise is on.
Rise is on.
I have long since taken mine off.
Miller's is back.
Yeah.
And
Mine is off, and I'm like starting to like claw at my it's just hot. I'm sweating. I'm shaking. I'm holding a flamethrower, and it's also shaking with me.
No, I didn't get any depletion on my air, and at this point, Cham is like the helmet's a security blanket. It's a thing between him and horror.
Yeah, Rise good too.
Okay.
He's just not even thinking about it.
I think Miller is quivering with rage and just angry at herself and fucking everybody and also the company, and tears the Wayland Yutani patch off of her jacket
Ooh!
and just lets it drop on the floor and tries not to just completely scream bloody murder, and it probably fails at that, and just like scream so loud you can echo through the ship.
Ooh, I love this version of you. And then I also rip my badge off. Yeah, we're doing it.
Well,
It's the best day.
Captain doesn't seem as bad. I still don't like her.
Yeah, she's under a lot of stress. Lots going on. It's
really affecting her role here.
Well, it happens. Cut her some slack sometimes. I know it's tough.
Got people dependent on me, man.
We all do, right? Come on, be all right. You find anything useful?
There's some equipment down here that we can use. Looks like in that and they just list off a locker. Because that's part of what it's what I'm looking for here is anything we can do for incinerators and whatnot.
Okay, let's jump to the med lab where you are also joined by the doctor, the medical doctor, the one who was freaking out and was like, "You have to knock out yourselves." He's in there too, and he pulls out a case as you arrive. The med lab actually looks like it's been converted into a science lab almost. You see kind of specimen tubes lined up on a table. Looking at two of them, they're filled with a clear viscous liquid, and you see two of those things that you killed earlier, Davis. They look dead in the tube, but they're kind of just floating there. As you look closer at them, you're just like horrified how disgusting they are and how sharp their teeth and claws look. You thank yourself, Miller, that it didn't really get to get into your neck with those things, because it would have really tore you up. There's another specimen jar that doesn't have any liquid in it, but instead it's got kind of this fungal like a fungus, kind of like nodes. They're almost like little chicken eggs, but almost smaller, and there's like some grass in the bottom of it too, and that's the other specimen jar in there. You're not sure. It just looks like, I don't know, some sort of thing. It looks organic. It looks like it came from a forest. It's just whatever. It doesn't look particularly memorable.
Don't touch any of that.
Ha ha ha!
Okay. Until we know how this is transmitted, till we know how people get this, something pop your head up off like a grape. Don't touch a thing. Is there like a med kit around anywhere?
Yeah. So you see a couple things. You see med kits, but then looking down south into the other room in the med lab, you see two med pods, just like in Prometheus, that are, they're very expensive. And if you're torn up, if you're burned at all, it can do minor. So it can do basic things, stitch you up, inject you with, basic medicines or whatever. It can't do like deep invasive surgery, but it can help with your burns, you think. There are two of them. The first one has a cracked glass outer closing, and you know that they'll still work even with the glass cracked. It's just kind of like a germs kind of thing to keep the germs out, but it could still probably do what it should do. The second one has the light on from within, but as you look closer, the entire glass inside is coated in blood, like someone had been painting with blood, and the inside of this glass tube was their canvas.
Just gonna paint little trees right here.
Yeah.
While everyone is in the med lab, David would have said that I've got the incinerator. I am going to stand watch at the door while you all treat the captain.
Do you want to do something else secretly or openly?
Yes.
Okay, roll a mobility check, which is kind of this game's stealth.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 3 stress.
Labels clearly says Q6 hours.
Okay. I fail.
You fail?
Yeah.
But you don't fail your stress, or?
I did not fail my stress.
Okay. You're looking at the med pod that's covered in blood, Miller, when you hear a clanking noise and you turn around and Davis has knocked over the specimen, one of the specimen jars. Roll a d3, Lisa. Or roll a d6 divide by 2.
A 1.
Okay.
So
It was
one.
one of the... It had one of the dead specimens inside of it. And it spills out over, and the specimen slides out, but it doesn't move.
Point the flamethrower at it.
And you see her pocket something on her left side, which is not the direction she was facing you. Roll another d6, Lisa.
I got a 3.
Okay, I'm PMing you something.
Yes. Secrets.
That's what happens. Oh, Davis, what are we gonna do
I'm
with
so clumsy.
And like I see all that, right?
Mhm.
That's, you know, so like, yeah. So I'm like just mad dogging you, you know, just as soon as you look up, because I totally know what you're up to over there, you know. Davis, I'm getting in the tube. All you have to do is point the flamethrower at that door and not disturb any of the horrifying nightmare specimens sitting on that counter. Can you do that for me, Davis?
Okay. I, with my hand, am like going and I like pretend to cough, but actually I'm taking a napro leave.
Gotcha.
She's good.
And then I'm not sweating anymore. I look extremely de-stressed. And I'm like, yeah, no, I got it.
All right, give me one.
What are you talking about?
Come on, no.
What are you talking about?
Bring gum to school. You can bring
I
it
just
to
have
everybody.
one left.
I've been on fire. That thing cut me. Come here. I want one.
It's a slippery slope, Captain.
Okay.
I
And I
forgot you were in
hand
the
you,
room.
I
Just
hand
don't-
you
just
a
don't-
napro
okay.
leave. I mean, do you usually
Pop
maybe
it.
just take half? Oh, okay, the whole thing.
Keep both hands on that flamethrower. You point at the door. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
All right. I
I'll
mean,
watch for 2.
guess we'll have to find more. Anyway, your stress is 0 now.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
good stuff. It's the real thing.
So, which med tube were you walking towards?
The one that's
Captain
not
Miller?
covered in blood.
Cool. So, when I didn't mention when Davis knocks over that chemical specimen jar, it explodes and makes a loud crashing noise. Davis, and as you get closer to the other med pod, the one with the blood inside it thumps like something knocked on it from within.
Oh, because it's closed and covered in blood.
Yeah, it's closed and covered in blood. Sorry,
Yes.
was that not clear?
Well, you might have said
Might
it, but
be.
I'm distressed. It thumped. I like stop and listen to it for just a second. Like it's just gonna give it my attention for just
Sure.
a moment.
Yeah. You lean closer, and there's another bang this time. It's not a thump like a knocking on the door. It's a bang like someone is trying to bust their way out.
I like scream Davis.
Uh,
Not scream, but
Sure.
I raise my
yeah,
voice.
you call back to Davis.
and call David.
The medic kind of falls down and stumbles backwards and starts crawling backwards. Davis, what do you want to do?
Well, I was pointing at the door. I'll turn around. And I would like to flamethrow. I mean, I probably shouldn't be asking. I guess I'll ask. Is it infinity flamethrowing?
So you have one reload on your flamethrower, and this is the same thing that happened to the pistol. If you roll a 1 on your stress dice while attacking ranged combat, your weapon, you will run out of
Oh,
your
okay.
fuel.
All right, cool. Then I will flamethrow.
Okay, cool. Make a ranged attack.
Getting I pause for a second so people can
You
get
can
out of
do
the
that.
way.
Yeah.
And I don't have any stress because I took the napro leave.
Okay.
I got 1 6.
Okay. So you light it up, and the glass at the direct fire begins to slowly melt. And as it melts further, a fist smashes through what's left of it, and the glass shatters outward, and a thing, we'll say, is peeking from within the med pod. It looks like... Okay. First off, it's been dissected at the waist, so what used to be what you think was a human's lower portion is missing. Over its head is... It's not really a head anymore. It's almost like a cowl that has enveloped where the head would be, and it's filled with this gelatinous kind of goo, and you see two eyeballs floating inside of the goo. The only break in this kind of exo skin is by where its mouth would be, where there are incredibly sharp teeth that open and close as it gapes at you. That arm that thrust out is incredibly muscled and almost simian and long. It's much longer than a normal human's would be. And it uses both of its arms to push the med pod up and out. It is on fire, but it's going to get one action before something else
As my
happens.
fast action,
So,
can I just
so let's draw initiative. I'll let you get that flamethrower shot off for free.
Okay.
But now let's draw initiative for...
All right.
what
That's
happens.
a D10, right?
D10, yes, please.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
Lower is better.
Dos.
2 for Captain Miller.
2 and 2.
What were you, Davis?
Oh, sorry. I was a 1.
Oh, wow. Okay, so Davis.
Quick draw McGraw.
Yeah. And okay. So Davis, you get to act first.
Yeah, I would like to flamethrow again.
Probably a good call. Probably.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna flamethrow. I'm just gonna, but I was already flamethrowing, so I imagine there's like a dial, and I just kind of like turn it up to 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 2 successes this time.
2 successes. So you have stunts you can do with ranged combat as well.
Oh,
One of-
cool.
The most
Let me look at that
basic
one.
one is additional damage, but
Okay. Yeah, I will probably do additional damage, but let's see. Ranged combat. I can inflict 1 more point of damage. I can pin the enemy. That doesn't seem to make sense with fire. I can position myself and get to redraw my initiative score. Target drops a weapon or another handheld object. Is it holding anything?
no, it is not holding anything currently.
Okay, I think I'll just do extra damage.
Okay, so your flamethrower does 2, and you're doing 1 more damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 3 damage. That's
3
significant.
damages.
Okay, Captain Miller, it is now your turn.
So can I is there a panel nearby to open the tube itself, because it was closed and it's punched out?
So
Can
it
I-
actually pushed
crack it
the
open?
tube open as it was getting out, so to speak.
Then I draw my pistol and shoot it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, shooting guns. Roll that range combat.
So that's range combat.
Do you want to
which
aim
is
first?
3, 4. I do want to aim first.
Nice. +2.
Yes, sir. As she is wont to do. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1, 6. And 1, 1.
1,
Cats and
6.
kittens.
Okay. Do you have damage on the pistol? I don't think it's a lot.
I do in my email, I think, from you, Mr. Rude.
Yeah. Was that one your stress die or just a regular die?
It was my, I'm going to say it's my stress die.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okey-doke.
I think so.
Then once again, you just shoot wildly with the pistol. You see.
Oh,
it
does it
pinging-
blow my 6?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I spend my
Only-
story point?
No, it's only with these. I think you. I gotta double check those
All right,
rules.
hold
I'm
on.
sorry.
I'm-
You
All you had to do
definitely.
was lie.
So you definitely run out of ammunition, and that is the last of your ammo for your pistol. So you will not be able to shoot that again unless you find more
Dry.
somewhere.
Never let Miller have a gun.
Damage is 1.
The damage is 1.
Matters.
Let me
Which it doesn't.
look up and see if you fail, because I think that might have been the rule.
I've never seen anything like this.
Everyone knows what happens when it's Miller time.
Oh boy, I
Spins
wish I
on
could
the ammo.
take your story point away.
How dare you?
I forgot we had those. Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah.
And well, no, that doesn't give you.
Do we hear this on deck D?
Roll an observation check. No stress die required. Just straight observation.
Okay. Let's see what my observations.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
I'm
I
busy.
got 2. I got 2 6s.
2 6s. Yeah, you definitely hear shooting and screaming.
Okay. All right. I'll let them resolve. I was curious if we.
Yeah,
heard you.
absolutely.
And Davis's maniacal laughter.
Right. Oh, she's at the flamethrower again. She's at her old business again.
Don't worry about her.
You know, life of mercenary violence, and then just try to become a pilot. What are you going to do? Like, stuff catches up with you.
I don't trust her.
Okay.
She's good people.
Okay, I'm sorry. You do hit, but you would have to reload if you had a reload left, which would take a slow action, but you don't anymore. So you miss. And how much damage was the pistol?
1.
1. Okay, so it has quite a bit of armor against pistol. But it takes all the damage. So your shots hit it in its disgusting, messy upper chest head, gooey area. And one of your bullets punctures its head and goo starts to spill out. It looks very viscous. It doesn't look like normal blood. You're not sure what it is. And as it hits the deck, it begins to smoke. It doesn't start eating through the deck, but you get the sense that if any of that stuff got on you, that'd be pretty bad. And then it manages to make its way out of the med pod, and with its fists, which are very long, kind of catapults itself right at the doctor, who is like crawling backwards in horror. And it... Oh, okay. Oh, wait, no. I did a bad job on my dice roller. Let me re-roll that. Okay. It does something cool, because all the xenomorphs and their ilk do cool things in this game. Okay. It pounces on him as he's laying there on the ground. And he was holding the case filled with the inoculations. Remember, he was excited to show them to you. But he immediately drops it. And it starts pounding him with its fists, its gigantic fists, just smashing, punching over and over and over and over. And it does a lot of damage to him.
Really laughing.
There's so much dice to be rolled when you attack with these things. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh man. Okay, yeah. It just it smashes him to a pulp. Like it just keeps hitting him over and over and over and over again, and you can tell it's incredibly strong. And you hear him scream out after the first, the second, the third hit, but after that, it just sounds like choking blood. And you see
Oh,
it
God.
like punches so hard, its fists, you hear the sounds of, oh look, there's a cat, of a fist hitting like the ground, like it has literally punched through his torso.
Oh, okay.
Its goo is falling out of it. Its lower half of the body is also kind of, you see like organs, what used to be like, it looks like a lung or a stomach has fallen out of it. And as it continues smashing him, it flops.
Somebody clip
over.
that, please.
Yeah. You're ruining my moment, Pruitt, with your cat, okay?
Monk, what are you doing,
You're
son?
killing the immersion. You're ruining the atmosphere.
Yes.
The players
Monk,
are
what's your
laughing
choice?
at my scary moment. But yeah, he's super fucking dead, and it flops over to fall on top of his corpse and stops moving.
Oh.
Wow.
Don't love this. Wait, did you
both of
say
you take a
it has stopped
stress?
moving?
Yeah, it stopped moving on top of him. Looks like both of them are dead. Both of you take a stress.
Well, could use more napper leave.
There's at least one left on this ship. We get together, we gather our arms, we go out, and we kill it.
Okay.
And we don't wait.
Okay.
We're going to get the guys. We're going to put it all in one place. And we're going to move as a group and kill this thing.
The guys, we were pretty on top of this, just the two of us and this creature. I think it was the nap relief really gave us an edge. I think we should check out the science labs, just in case. A little something for the whole team. Maybe not Rye. Rye seems to thrive on stress. We can keep Rye stressed.
What do we hope? What do we hope to accomplish in the science lab other than potentially catching this thing, right? We're gonna go there to kill it.
Yes.
Because you think it's there.
Yes.
You got enough juice in that thing?
I don't know. I shake it.
Yeah, you hear the sounds of like gasoline.
Of the juice.
The juice.
Because I'm dry, right here. I'm out.
Okay, yeah, I'm ready to. Yes, I'm ready to burn something. I think this is really cathartic. I feel like this is what our missions have been missing.
You do?
Flame throwing, yeah. I think it's a good group team building activity.
I appreciate your verve, Davis, but you're on drugs.
I am.
All right. Can I get on comms?
Yeah.
Can I talk to everybody?
You can talk to your team. You can also use the ship's communications if you want to talk to everybody on the ship. It's up to you.
I need everyone to sign in.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if I heard the gunshots and like the pounding on the floor or whatever this thing.
Oh yeah, you hear that too. Yeah.
Is there any way for Cham to radio ahead? Like, is there a intercom on D deck somewhere nearby?
So your suits all have walkie-talkies to each other, and then on D deck there is a one of those intercom systems. So if you want to,
then I would choose the suit comms first.
Okay.
And basically it's just like, we hear gunshots. Everything okay? We're down on D deck. We can get back to you somehow. I don't know the way.
Remind me who died? Who did that thing
that
kill?
was Dr.
The
Flynn,
med-tech.
the medic, yeah.
Doctor.
The medic. What was his last name?
Flynn.
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 Flynn is dead.
What happened?
Killed by one of those things. Jumped out of the med pod. Davis cooked it. It's dead.
All right. We're assembling the incinerators. It'll be another time.
Yeah.
It'll be another
unit of turn.
Money should be a little more specific.
A minute or two.
Don't give him the actual time. You know this is the rule.
Yeah. Really, that's gonna be at least another hour at least.
All right.
I
know what that means.
Yeah.
Tell him an hour. That way, when we're done in 10 minutes, we look like miracle workers.
Yeah, Rye's got the parts pulled up, and I found the scrubbers for the air, the replacements. And there's a shaft elevator here that's been burned, and someone's been cooked in their suit. Do you have any more bullets? Like, where are we gonna get? Can we get some bullets? Maybe the Marines have pistols and guns we could have, like, or something. Like, I don't know, Captain. Cam's just losing. He's got like 4 stress. And that's with his rosary that he was used earlier. So he's pretty stressed out right now.
All right. Everybody take a deep breath. Here's the deal. There's at least one more left on the ship, and we do not know how people get sick.
Still have my helmet on, Captain.
Yeah, I still got my helmet on, Captain. I'm not taking it off. I'm not even. I'm not taking anything.
How are you doing on air?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
Since
Four fifths of a tank left.
Speaking of that,
All right.
let me get some air supplies for you boys on D deck who kept your helmets on.
Do it.
Oh yeah, I'm down to 3.
Down to
Yep,
3.
I'm down to 3 as well.
Down to 3. All right. Okay, so D deck boys, you're heading up. Captain, does everybody want to meet someplace, or do you want them to come to you in the med lab? Or Wilson
done?
says
They're done down there?
yeah. So if you, I'm just thinking,
We
yeah,
gotta assemble.
that's
Yeah,
about
we
a
gotta
turn's worth, I would say. You guys assembled and they fought the monster in the med lab, and time has kind of come together. Wilson checks in. He says, "Hey, I'm with Clayton in the corporate suite.
Ugh.
She's got some really interesting information. Maybe, yeah, I should meet up with you too and let you know what's maybe going on."
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
All hands to the science lab.
Science
We'll
lab.
see in a
So
second.
Yes.
cool. So we have 2 science labs, Science Lab 2 and Science Lab 1. If you look on the map, they're both Science Lab 2 is significantly, it's like double Science Lab 1. So which
It
one?
looks like we have to go through Science Lab 2 to get to Science Lab 1.
So the science sector is a hallway that has doors on the top and bottom.
Oh. Okay. Maybe Science Lab
2.
2?
2?
Bigger?
Sure.
We're going to start with 2. It looks to be the bigger of the 2,
Yeah.
and I need to see it first.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's more space for supplies there.
We'll meet you there, Captain.
Yeah, we'll meet you there. We're bringing firepower.
On the ASAP. Let's move.
Rye and Cham, as you guys are walking up the stairs, you hear, or is it the junction? Yeah, up the junction. You see someone on the ladder above you, like slowly walking down. And as you're climbing up the ladder, a drip of a milky white fluid lands on your shoulder, Cham. You immediately know that this is the blood of a synthetic, basically. And above you, you hear a woman's voice say, "Coming down." She sounds kind of woozy or out of it. And you get on the level, and she also comes down on the level. It's a woman who looks to be in about her 20s. The back of her head is matted in that white blood in her hair, that white liquid. And she says, "Ava, here to help."
Ava, you look banged up. Are you all right?
Oof.
She's like, "I've been better. Are any of you technicians?"
I mean, I'm not an official like rated.
We're not
technician,
rated for.
But I mean, I know a few things. Yeah. Let me.
I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, and Rye swallows his disgust, and he works on the android.
Yes, she sees your cutting torch, and she's like, "If you put that on the lowest setting, you might be able to bind me up just behind my right ear."
Yeah, don't worry, I got you. And so I'll roll a. Let's see,
so you'll
what's
have to
gonna be-
stay here and do this instead of going to
Yeah.
the science lab, if that's okay. Just
Okay.
Yeah. We'll let him know. We ran in out while Rye's doing that. Chan will be like, "Captain, we found the Ava, the ship synthetic. She's banged up pretty bad. Rye's trying to patch her up.
Where is she?
We found her between B and C decks at the junction 2 on the ladder. She's headed down.
You don't hang around.
We're right
Don't
below
worry,
you. We'll be there soon.
I'll patch her up. I'll patch her up quick. Don't worry, Captain.
Now. Yesterday.
Yeah. And he,
And so yeah, while I'm patching her up, just be like, "So what'd you see down there? What's going on? Did you get this thing that did this to you?" And I got 2 successes, by the way.
Oh, this is a. Oh, sure. So she's healed up.
And
definitely.
Yeah, and so yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna like patch her up, but not do the best job. Maybe seem like I'm taking too long, but not really. Just I'm not a big fan of the androids. So, but yeah, what'd you see down there?
Down. Oh, you. Down where?
Wherever you were.
C deck. Oh, right.
She came from above,
She
right?
came. That was my mistake. She
It's
should have
just
been
it's just a
coming.
phrase. It's just a form of.
She should have also
we're
been on
just seeing
C
them.
deck and bumped into you guys as you were going up. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes more sense.
What did you
she's-
see over there?
It's been a long. I've seen a lot in 70 years here. I've seen quite a bit. I had quite the battle with a number of those. I killed the injured one, but I know that the other one is somewhere on the ship and it's waiting, I think. I don't know. There's things, they can live a very long time and they just kind of go into like a stasis. And I was injured in the fight with the one that was wounded. I couldn't take it on by myself, so I just had to find a place to hide, and that's what I did for 40 years.
You hid for 40 years?
I was here for 70 years. I was powered into low power mode for 40 years, waiting for someone to come back. When I heard Mother start to turn the power back on, I got up and started moving around, but it was hard after 40 years in low power and this wound, and so I could only move a few meters at a time before I had to stop and start again.
Okay, well, don't worry. I'm going to get you patched up. Maybe you'll feel better here soon.
Yeah, and you do. And she does look like more alert. Her eyes were kind of half closed. She opens them now and looks around fully. You had an extra stunt point for that, but you used heavy machinery, I think?
I use Comtech. I thought that was what you did to interact with, like, androids and stuff.
So this is more like a repair thing. So it would be
Oh,
more.
okay.
I don't know. You probably have a similar amount of dice, right?
No, I mean, technically I would roll less because
Oh, you would?
yeah, Comtech is my big thing.
All right, you rolled 2 6s. We'll just say you had the 1 6 then, unless you want.
Yeah, no, actually, I just did a reroll and I rolled 1 6.
Okay, so perfect. So you repair her, but you don't really get to do much more in terms of repairing. Let's go to Science Lab 2. So you two walk in, and immediately you can tell that someone, whatever, this might have been a room with stuff in it. Right now, it is a charred shell of a room. It looks like people went to town with an incinerator or two. Davis, you fancy yourself a bit of a veteran with the incinerator right now, and you have to respect the art that is this room because it's been absolutely burnt to a crisp. You know the air is already stale, but even as you walk in, you can smell like burnt rubber and burnt plastic. It's still stagnated over 70 years. As you look closer in the corner, you see what looks like a human body, but if you walk a little closer,
Thanks.
you see a body in the corner. If you get closer, you can take a closer look.
Go ahead.
Closer.
Are there lights on in here? What's the light situation?
Yeah,
in
there's
this?
lights on. There's overhead
I'm
lights.
holding the
that were-
flamethrower and approaching slowly.
You guys have shoulder lamps on your suits too, so visibility is not really an issue.
Oh, wait, no, I'm reckless. I approach swiftly with the flamethrower.
Okay, it looks a lot like the thing you just killed. It's dead, and it's like head has been melted away. Essentially, you see none of that goo or the eyeballs or anything like that. It's just completely gone. But its body still gives away that it's off because its arms are super long and muscular. And you see this one has like scythe-like hand appendages at the ends that look incredibly sharp even now. It looks like it looks more than bone, if that makes sense. It looks almost metallic in a way, and obviously the fire didn't hurt that.
Are we there now?
Yeah, make an air supply check, you two, and then you can go over with Ava.
Sure.
So it looks different than the two we've seen previously.
So it looks like the second one you saw,
Okay,
the one that
All right.
jumped out of the med pod.
right, the big one.
And then how many of the flamethrowers were we able to put together?
Just one.
Okay.
So
We
What
have a
happened to the shotgun from
I don't
earlier?
know if anybody ever
Did-
picked it up, to be honest. You guys can say that
I
as you
thought
were walking
Davis-
up, someone grabbed it.
Davis said she was going to pick it up, but then we had a thing about the encumbrance.
Fuffle,
I
yeah.
think she decided to stick with
The
the
encumbrance kerfuffle.
flamethrower.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's fine,
encumbrance of
Trav.
doom.
We can go back and say that you snagged it on the way out. You guys would have
Gotcha.
walked right past the body, so
Sling
Sure.
shotgun.
yeah,
Come on now.
You've got the
All right.
shotgun over your shoulder, and it has one reload with it. So make a note of that as well.
Much
Are
appreciated.
who's the better between the two of us, between Cham and Rye, who's the better Flammenwerfer?
It ain't right.
Hey, Rye. I was actually going to see if Cham could take one of those hand scythes because he could
You wanna-
use a shiv. He'd feel safe with a shiv.
You want to cut off this thing's hand and use it as a weapon?
You're saying that like it's not a terrible monster, Rudy.
And one, like he's at this point, Cham's just sort of like desperate and like there's a flamethrower. He's got 3 and ranged weapons. That's
Can we use the
Totally.
pistol to like shoot the hand off?
So the pistol doesn't have any weapons or bullets with it anymore.
Can we
Yeah, is
use
it-
one hand to shear the
Can we
other
use
hand?
You
one
can
hand to
use
shear
the
the
cutting
hand off?
torch to cut
Yeah.
its arm off if you want to do that.
I like a good,
But you
just
said that the fire didn't really work on it, so
Well, you can cut it off at more the elbow. It's the actual like scythe, like the blade part of the scythe that doesn't.
Oh, so it's like that Pokemon.
Hmm.
Scythe
Honestly,
Yeah.
that's not
Okay.
too bad of a comparison.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
it's like an
That's
alien mantis.
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll go over with the torch and at the
All
elbow
right,
joint.
you
cut off one of
you
its side
carve
hands.
you carve it off. Yeah. There's
Walking.
there's no
Oh,
more blood
sorry.
left in it, so there's no.
yeah. I mean, it's
Okay.
been here for however long.
Yeah.
I just if it's still
sure.
like not like damaged by the fire, and if he sees it, Cham would just be like, listen, I'd feel comfortable if I had a.
Yeah, no, it looks like one of the sharpest knives you've ever seen, so that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it'll be okay. Like, we'll take this, and if we see another one, we'll just stab it
All
and
right,
set it on fire.
you're
Is
rocking.
there anything left in the room, rubble, or is it like
Honestly,
seriously like
No,
super
it is.
charred?
It looks like it was a fire that went for a while inside of here.
It could have left us something, and I just immediately leave and go to Science Lab 1.
Okay, so that's right across the hallway.
Yeah. I
Um,
don't even hold the door for anybody.
oh my goodness.
Real
rude.
reckless about it.
Oh. Man, they're mostly automatic, but that's okay.
I slam the automatic door.
Okay. Stuff is happening. Science Lab 1. So, where you walk in, and those of you without helmets on are overwhelmed by the stench of decay. Just, ugh.
Gross.
And you can see in the corner, right as you walk in, on the left corner of the room, there's a pile of bones that look like they've been chewed on. There's a main examination table, and it has one of those decontamination tents around it. So you can like put your arm. It's got some of those like army things you can put in to manipulate stuff, like at a nuclear kind of power plant, you could say. But you see that part of it has been cracked, and yeah, part of it has been cracked. You see inside the examination room are several urns that are, one is open, the other ones have been closed shut. Around the ground, just kind of like they've been planted, are more of those fungal nodes that you saw Davis and Miller in the med lab. And there are a bunch of pools of black goo also around the lab outside of the examination table. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
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 Did you mention if there were shelves?
There aren't any shelves along the outside, no. It looks like this room is mainly made for that examination table in the middle.
Davis makes an exasperated noise.
Okay.
All right. I'm staring the cylinders. Yes, sealed. Yes.
So
Black
one
goo
of the
on the
so
floor.
one of them has been knocked over, and you can see goo dripping out of it.
Okay.
And there's 2 more urns on the examination table that are closed.
Is that more of that goo?
So I want everyone to listen to me very carefully. We are going to back out of this room, and we are walking to Mother. Okay.
There could be nap relief in there.
This is the
In a drawer or something.
This is B deck. This is where the armories are.
It's true.
But not in Science Lab 1.
No, it's down the hall past the living area.
Okay.
Mhm.
You underestimate nap relief.
I think. Look, first off, I could use some nap relief.
Thank
It
you.
calms your nerves.
Yeah,
Right,
it
and
does.
And second, that's where the guns would be kept. Is in the armory, the armory vestibule.
The armory, I agree with. Okay. We are right
Are there
here.
any drawers in this
Cam,
room?
I don't like this.
No, I don't either.
So there are
standing up.
drawers in the examination table. You could reach in with some of those arms and open a drawer.
Let me borrow one of the one of the scythe arms.
Here,
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna hook it on a drawer. I'm gonna pull it open.
don't mess it up.
So you can just use the arms to pull open a drawer.
Yeah, I do it.
Make a mobility check for me.
You can just okay.
This
I
is
have one
for
stress.
something else.
Oh no! Okay. One success. My stress is okay.
Okay. Okay. You rolled a success. Okay. Good. Yeah, you pull open one of the drawers, and it just has a bunch of like operating / sciencey kind of tools inside of it. You can see a bunch of beakers and like graduated cylinders, and there's scalpels and things like that, but you don't notice any
Oh,
other things.
there's a storage room off of here. Nap relief's probably in a storage room, right?
I mean, yeah, it could be that way. Yeah, sure.
Might be.
I don't know. I probably open all the drawers I can reach first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems like this room doesn't really have it just has more like observatory tools, if that makes sense. Kind of.
From my knowledge of stealing drugs from science labs,
Yes.
do I think pills would be stored off of an examination room or not?
You don't think pills would be stored in this room.
All right. I just throw the sharp scythe arm back at Cham.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the armory. And
Everyone else is standing in the doorway. Is that accurate?
Hey, Cam, you know how that company person was all wanting to get stuff back? You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Do you think we should leave this thing alone?
What thing in particular? We got a room full of things.
This room full of things is what I'm referring
The
to.
whole thing of things.
This thing, meaning this room with this thing in it.
This experience is bringing us together. Davis, torch this room.
It has nothing useful in it. And I'm going to back up into the door, kind of push people out of my way because they were standing in the door. And then I'm going to flame throw.
Okay, you throw flame.
Yeah, just all everywhere.
Do roll a ranged combat. Do you have stress?
I do.
Okay.
1 success, 2 success. Yep. Oh, shit. Oh, no, my flamethrower.
Oh, rolled a 1 on the stress die. Okay, yeah. So you do
like
successfully,
this.
you torch the room, but as you get to the end, the flame abruptly halts, and you pull the trigger a few more times, but it's out of juice. You shake it, and you don't hear the squashing, sloshing sound of gasoline in the remaining tube. It is out.
I just actually literally cry. Do I get to roll on the panic table or no? Because that's the
Oh
effect.
yeah, I totally
okay, it's
forgot.
worth
Trav,
it.
you
Yeah.
should have done that earlier too. Oh well, that's okay.
Yeah, no, I wanna roll. Okay, hold on. I need to bring it up again.
Yeah.
Rudy emails.
We're all on the panic table.
Tables.
So it's a
I'm
D6
gonna panic.
plus 1
Yes.
your stress.
Oh no, that's critical injuries. Roll a d6. You said.
D6 plus 1 because you have 1 stress right now, right?
Aww. Got a two total.
So no panicking. You managed to keep yourself. You're sad that your new, possibly best friend, flamethrower, has run out.
Yeah.
But you see that Cham is holding one, and you eye it with jealousy. And
Take it. You're way better at that than I am.
Yeah.
oh, there you
Yeah.
go. So
Yeah.
you have another one with one reload.
Yes.
I'll just brandish my abhuman hand side.
Yeah, it looks intimidating. It definitely looks very weird and scary. So that's cool. Let me get some air supply checks from those of you still with headsets on,
all right.
and then we can determine where.
Need to
everybody
find
wants
some
go
air
next.
too. Is there not some other Evo suits we could use? somewhere
There
around here?
are more in storage lockers.
Probably near where the guns are.
Yes, that's
Yes,
exactly
that's what it
right.
was.
Yep.
The
Invest in
air
fuel
and guns,
too.
Captain.
Yeah.
Air and guns.
I'm down to 2.
You're down to
Try
2.
to roll.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna need to
Oh,
go get
same.
some air pretty quick.
Same. I'm down to
Down
2.
to 2.
I'm not doing it yet, but is it possible to give air from other motorcycles going by? Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Is it possible to give air to them?
So, yeah, it would take a machinery check from one of the technicians
So
to
that's an option. I've
Yeah.
already not been wearing mine for a
Mhm.
while. So
to
if we need
exchange
it.
the packs, and it'll take a turn's worth to unhook it, rehook it. You know.
I get a contact high.
Yeah. All right. So where are you guys headed next? You're headed north.
To the
So-
storage locker.
Yes, storage locker.
Okay. Everybody make an observation check as you walk past the med lab.
Oh.
Hold on, I'm gonna mute myself. It's like all motorcycles.
I got nothing. Even on the stress die.
Okay.
I got nothing, but I'm stressed.
You
Whenever I'll-
failed your stress die?
Yeah. Yeah.
I did
Oh.
too.
You both failed your
Uh,
stress die.
I got a 6, but I got a 1 on the stress die.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
but
you roll
then
your
I-
pen.
One on one of my stress dice as
Oh
well.
my goodness! Wow, what a roll! Everybody start
Nothing
rolling.
happened on my panic roll
Okay,
though.
nothing happened for you.
4 stress.
This when things took a turn.
Yeah.
So D6
Alright.
plus 4 for Cham.
5.
Wow, just made it.
4.
Miller 4. Okay, and who succeeded? Oh, I gotta check something on this.
Cool as a cucumber rye.
You rolled a one success. Was it, Miller?
Yes.
Okay. I wish there was a cheat sheet. There's not. So give me 1 second. I wish I had a bunch of D6s. What do you guys get all your D6s? Did
I'm
you
using roll 20.
roll 20? That's smart. Why am
Yeah.
I not doing that? Oh, it takes up a
Look
lot of
upon them.
the first, whatever 4 are my stress die. The first whatever die.
bandwidth.
I rated all the board games in the house.
Yeah,
I mean, I've
that's
only
what I
got
was
like
thinking.
40 D6 lying around here
Okay.
somewhere. I just roll 'em.
You guys get a very. You feel your danger sense is tingling, but you're not exactly sure where or what it could be. And I'll just leave it at that. You feel very uncomfortable.
Motion detect.
Sure, I'll let you do
Like
that.
if it's just sort of like a creepy, and we're walking by where the med pods were, like
Yeah.
we see the.
You're walking by. So you're walking just south of the living area. You see, there's those 3 on the left
Uh-huh.
side. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
walking down that hallway,
gotcha. Yeah, he probably would.
approaching the living area side of the ship. So sure, you
Alright.
can do that. You can roll Comtech, and it's +2 because you're using the tracker.
All right. Let's see.
And I'm just gonna chat up Ava about, her experience here. Do you know what happened with that fire there? Was that you?
She says that happened before I got here. There were more samples in there, a lot more samples, and one of the scientists turned while they were examining one of the samples, and the Marines got in there and just torched everything, human or other, she says.
I got 1 success.
Okay. You detect movement in the med lab.
There's movement in the med lab.
There's movement in the med
Cap.
lab.
Movement to our left in the med lab.
I like spin on my heels. I'm like, that's it.
Okay.
It's probably the last one. We kill it. We may have cleared the ship.
Unless somebody else is infected, but I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
And we still don't know how that happens. But we kill this, and we have more peace of mind than we had a second ago. Okay? These things.
I step forward with flamethrower friend 2.0.
Like,
Junior.
try not to rack the shotgun too loud. Spook this thing. We're about to take the med lab. Here we go.
Okay, so just mechanics wise, what I'm telling you guys what happened was you rolled observation versus its mobility. It scored higher, which means it gets a sneak attack, but because you had the thing, Cham, I'm gonna say that you use that to know where it is. So you guys ready yourself? So I'm not super clear on how this part of the game works, to be honest. It's kind of loosey-goosey in the rules. So we're going to say, yeah, it leaps out and catches you guys by surprise.
It's like right on the other side, but it's still
exactly.
fast,
You're like
alien.
waiting for it. Then it pops out, and you're taken by surprise, even though you know it was there.
Yeah, it's like this close. There's a delay in the tracker.
So instead of getting a full turn, I'm just going to let it have one attack.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll a d4 to see who it hits. Oops. It's going to attack Cham.
All right.
Block it with your scythe hand.
Can I attempt to block it with the scythe hand?
You can, yeah. So,
Yeah.
So let me double check block rules.
All right.
Let's see what it rolls first. Oh boy, this is fun.
Okay. Mano a mano. Mono a xeno mono.
Yeah, so with Xenomorphs, if you
Mono's
don't have an
mono.
item, you can't block them. Okay, so you roll close combat, and you did roll before it attacks. So you have to roll that you're blocking before the attack happens. You can't decide afterwards after you're hit, so good job. Roll close combat, and then for every 6 you roll, you get to do stuff.
All right, so I rolled 3 6s.
Wow, okay, cool. So you can use these 3 points to do the following. 1, decrease damage, so you remove 1 of the enemy's 6s if they hit with a damage. So you cancel that out. Or you can counterattack, dealing damage to the attacker equal to your damage rating of your weapon, which I'll say it's worth a 2 because it is so very, very sharp.
Ooh, that's as good as a flamethrower.
So how can I divide them up by like?
Yeah, you can choose. So you can only counterattack once. So really,
Okay,
that's
so
really all you can do.
All right, so I'll use 1 to counterattack and then 2 to absorb.
To absorb damage. Okay, yeah. So if this was like a human too, you could disarm them with blocking, but you can't disarm xenomorphs because they are the weapon.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can shoot their arms off. So
Sure, yeah.
There's no real raised.
He just like the stress of the whole thing. He has, he's only really seen it. It pops out, and we know now that Cham is a fight response person because without thinking, he just jumps in front.
Yeah.
And almost
So,
pushes Davis aside.
This thing is not the tiny little nimble fawn-like creature that you saw before. It's big. It's really big, like the size of a very tall man, like an 8-foot tall man. As it pounces out, it actually jumps out, bounces off of the wall to your right, the hallway, and then switches directions and leaps and grabs Cham. You manage to stab it as it gets close in its chest, but it tries to grab you and drag you away.
Okay.
So
do I have to make a?
So no, aliens. It's incredibly strong. If it rolls a 6, then it does that. It grabs you away.
Okay.
Oh my god, this stupid. I chose the worst internet dice roller. Sorry, guys. Give me a sec. And it does. It does 1 damage to you, which you negate, so you take no damage. But it does grab you, and it drags you into it drags you up towards the living area, and let's make a marker. Towards the corporate suite. So there's a doorway there. It drags you through the doorway, and the door closes behind you.
Okay, so we're up in the living area. Cameron, he's sort of not quite screaming, but just sort of, he's still struggling and fighting because he's got true grit as his talent, which lets me push a strength-based roll twice if I want to for a cost of 1 stress. So I know I don't get to roll to resist, but I don't know if true grit would.
So yeah, that's obviously it's got mechanical, but it's also got lore kind of value to it.
Yeah,
so
he just is like a fighter.
This
He's gonna go down.
is fucking crazy, but you already steadied yourself for this earlier on deck D when you were kind of figuring it out. You've kind of thought, this is probably it. Well, if I'm going down fighting. Now let's draw initiative. Ooh, we're getting kind of close to the end, but let's I don't know. What are you guys thinking? Do you want to? Can we roll a little later, or
I'm fine with
combat?
Yeah.
All right. I don't want to keep anyone late, of course, but let's do it.
One.
Roll your d10. Okay, you go first.
All right. I'm just gonna. It's all.
Do we all get 1s?
No. So if you both rolled 1, then roll off. Or
I would like Cham to go before me.
Okay,
but I saw that Rye also got a 1.
I rolled a 2 on my roll off.
Cham.
Okay, I got an 8, so then Rye will go first.
It'll go. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh, for my roll off. Okay. 2. So I rolled for my roll off.
So it goes.
Let Cham go first.
Hey, I have a whole dramatic thing I want to do. This Cham is my best friend. I'm about to run down a hole.
Okay, fine, whatever. Let the dice decide.
What did Miller roll? I think you're muted. Did you say 8?
An 8. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
8.
Okay, so it's going, and I'm just double checking. Rye, Cham, Davis, correct? With all of our 1 rollers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, Rye's going to, if I can run and shoot my little bolt gun.
Yeah. So...
because, the second Cham gets grabbed, Rye's like, no, and just kind of runs after him and just kind of come.
Yeah.
Shooting bolts off.
So it's your fast action to move. Cool. Mm-hmm. And then your slow action to shoot. And I don't think bolt gun gets any bonuses to attack because it's not really a gun.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna roll. So that's just would normally be like a range combat roll, but I don't even have range combat. So
it's just your agility. Okay, no bonus.
More heart than anything. So here's the deal.
Let's hear the deal.
I might have to use my ability here. Hang on, let me look.
You might push. So I
can ignore. I'm going to use my long haul ability.
Long haul. Tell us about long haul.
I've seen everything. So once per act, I can ignore all the. I assume the little face huggers are 1s.
Yeah, that's 1s. That's
on a single roll.
Yeah, cool.
Because I did get 1 success on my roll, but I got a 1 on a stress die, so I won't ignore that.
Mm-hmm. Seems fair.
As I'm just kind of blinded by loyalty to my best friend in the whole wide world. And who's going to listen to me bitch about bonuses?
That's a smart one to choose to ignore.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to ignore that and whatever damage the bolt gun does.
So the bolt gun does 3 armor piercing damage, but it's only single shot. So you'll have to spend a slow action reloading next turn. But that's still pretty significant damage, and the fact that it's armor piercing is actually kind of huge because armor is really strong in this game, and aliens have a lot of armor because they're xenomorphs. Cool. So at being attacked, it drops you, Cham. Make a panic roll. Just a straight panic roll, no stress, because it's scary. And you fall prone and you drop your scythe thing.
Yeah, let's see. I rolled a 9 on my panic, so that is drop item. Drop item.
So you already dropped your item, but...
And, panic. realization that you're all going to die anyway. And my stress increases by 1.
Your stress increases by 1.
All right.
Boy.
Okay. So I fumble with the weapon and sort of like, is there a way for me to pick it up and just like attack it? What's it doing? Am I free to run away?
So it's kind of recoiling from the hit. Let me look up. Can you look up the slow action, fast action, and see if like pick something up is a thing? Well, I looked up disengaging.
Oh, sure, yeah. Let's see. Grab the wheel. Blah, blah. Draw weapon is a fast action.
Okay, so you can pick up your scythe thing as a fast action, and if you want to attack it, you can with your slow action, or you can choose to run away with your second fast action. Let me just double check.
If I don't have to get that close to it, or if it's not charging at us, then I'm gonna back away and get near Rye. Grab the weapon.
So I'm pretty sure you have to make a mobility check to disengage freely. Otherwise, you incur.
Oh, sure.
It is an opportunity attack.
All right. Can I use my story for this one?
Yeah, absolutely. Good use.
I'm going to use my story for this.
Good use of the story points.
Mobility.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just scrambles, and he's got like the scythe blade in his lap, and he's just like pushing back until he gets around where Rye is, and then stands up and looks at. It's first off, like if I stabbed it, I know this is a metagame question. Mm-hmm. Do I have its blood on my suit?
So this one's blood doesn't do anything.
Okay, that's right. Oh yeah, that's right. All right, good. That's good. It's a benefit for new players. I'm 2 actions. I'm done.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you have moved from engaged range to what is called short range. So you're slightly far away. Okay, wow. Going down the line. Davis, it is your turn.
Davis is going to try to position herself so that now that they've moved a little bit away from the xenomorph, they're not caught in the flamethrower.
Yeah, they're definitely both out of range.
I don't think I've used this flamethrower yet.
No, it's a new one.
Let's see what Junior can do. I got 2 successes, and I got a 4 on my stress die, so I'm okay there.
Good there. Okay.
So as my bonus, I'll just do extra damage.
Okay. Let's see. So it still has a bunch. Oh, I forgot to roll my armor earlier. Oh no, it has armor piercing. That's right, I forgot. Okay, all that damage hits. The fire goes crazy and it lights it up, and it's not looking very good. Oh wow, yeah, it's really not looking good. But you know what? It's the alien's turn. And it's going to dash forward and attack Rye, who hurt it with some sort of weird...
Staples.
Some weird scary gun. One weird scary thing. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, here we go. I rolled a 5. Okay. It runs forward, grabs you with both of its arms on its... your shoulders with both of its arms, and its mouth opens and you see razor sharp teeth, and it leans forward to bite you. It has to roll to see if it hits. Oh my god. And it does. It leans forward and bites your neck, much like that younger one tried to do against Captain Miller, and it causes critical injury number 62. As you guys see this thing lean forward and bite Rye's neck, it's like it opens up a vein in his neck and out squirts milky white substance similar to the blood that you saw from Ava earlier. Do you scream, Rye, as this thing bites into your neck?
I don't really scream. I just kind of let out a grunt and like an annoyed grunt.
Yeah, roll a panic attack, unless you don't have to.
Well, I mean, do I have to?
Let's double check the rules. I sent you a thing about.
According to the synthetic rules, I'm immune to panic.
Okay, so you do not panic. You just kind of look it in the eyes, and that kind of freaks the rest of you out. All panic. Everybody panics. Rise at a goddamn android.
Oh my
I have to make a roll.
All you guys roll in the panic thing. This is next level stuff.
Yeah, this is some next level shit. Oh man.
Okay, now panic is
It's a d6 plus your current stress.
Yeah, I just got a 4.
just one.
So it like
So 5, 6.
yeah, do we get a stress from seeing it, or we just have to roll? We just have
You just
to
roll straight panic from seeing this. This is so
Gotcha.
it's one of those GM discretion kind of things, and this is next level spooky. So you guys all
Yeah.
roll.
I got a 6.
You got a 6. So is that just
That
within
is
you keep your cool?
barely keeping it together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it throws Rye to the floor, and then it goes again, and it uses both of its fast actions. So it runs away really quickly. Runs double the speed you guys can move, and it runs further north down towards Junction B1, and you see it disappear.
Honk section.
Right into traffic.
Yeah, it runs down towards Junction B1 and disappears inside there where you know there's a ladder, and you hear the clanking of it going on the ladder. You're not sure if it's up or down, just you hear clanking.
All right.
And I think, should we end there? I think maybe. Rye, you've been mortally wounded. You're still bleeding. That you fall to the ground, and you're trying to cover your neck, and this milky liquid is spilling out.
Well, that was suboptimal.
No accent, just
Yeah. I was actually going to do a Russian accent if I actually got revealed.
yeah.
I was trying to play that off. That's why I had the Russian accent in the back of my mind.
All right, so let's go around and just where can everybody find you on the internet? I hope you had fun. That's Alien. This is
that was badass.
next week. We'll continue same time, same place, and we'll finish this up. Pretty good. Got just about as far as my other groups got. So I got that email to Free League. Guys, 4 to 5 hours, not nearly long enough according to your book. Definitely think it takes longer than that. But
Yeah.
where can people find you online? Start with you, Trav. Besides here, obviously.
It's here. Yeah, at producer Trav, playing on WebDM, Twitch. That is so exciting. Playing this game I've been so excited about for such a long time. I am the producer of the show. Hey, check out this week's show on ability scores. It's a pip, and the boys just burn it down. And I'm really happy to be playing on WebDM. I'm really happy to be playing Aliens, and I'm thrilled to be playing with Lisa, who's a rock star, and with Rudy, who ran one hell of a game tonight. Thank you, brother. This is so much fun. Can't wait for next week.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be on WebDM. Jim, how about you?
I am co-host of WebDM. You can find us over on YouTube, where we talk about D&D and other tabletop RPGs, offer advice and inspiration. We also are on here on Tuesdays and Thursdays playing some D&D and Cypher System. And I, come find me on Twitch or Twitter. I'm not online a lot lately because I'm focused on other things, and social media is brain poison for me right now. So staying away from it. But I love to talk RPGs, love to play RPGs. And this was perfect as an Aliens RPG experience.
Yay.
Like, this is great. Yeah, it was really awesome. Love the way that the dice pool just ensures that the longer you go on, the worse it's going to get for you. And you're just sort of like riding that luck until you hope, that your time is suitably cinematic. So this is really cool. I'm excited to play next week. And Rye, my best friend, my brother, and Cham's opposition to synthetics is entirely economic, and Rye's is his family. So we'll have to see if he can save his life.
Yeah, gotta figure out what to do. Prue, how about you? Besides WebDM, of course.
Well, yeah, there's the WebDM thing. check that out, obviously. Tuesdays and Thursdays on Twitch. But also you can find me on Encounter Roleplay on Wednesdays and Fridays, where I play a cult game and a Judge Dredd game. So Judge Dredd will be on Friday. I look forward to that. It's a lot of fun. I can't wait to get back here next week to see how we move forward, whether I continue playing as Rye or have to switch over to someone else. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, this was a hell of a lot of fun. And I totally threw everybody off the trail with the mustache. That's how you do it. You distract people.
Classic subterfuge.
And they'll never suspect you as a synthetic.
Wouldn't have guessed.
Yeah.
Didn't guess.
Lisa Penrose, where can people find you online?
That's me. I am Lisa Penrose. You might know me as @MercifulDM on Twitter. I am the community manager for Dungeon Masters Guild and the D&D Adventurers League, and I manage social media for Dungeons and Dragons. I also have a podcast called Behold Her Podcast that Rudy actually edits on Don't Split the Podcast Network. It's all about women in tabletop RPGs. The most recent episode is about accessibility-friendly gaming, some really interesting conversations there. And we have another episode coming up in the next couple weeks about decolonizing Dungeons & Dragons. So check it out, having some cool discussions.
Yeah, I am at Rudy Basso on Twitter. Also, Don't Split the Podcast Network for a lot of really great podcasts. We have actual plays, we have interview shows, we have analysis shows. I also play in the Demon Plague podcast / stream, which is every Tuesday on twitch.tv/Don't Split the Podcast or twitch.tv/D&D from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern. I love this game so much. I'm running it for you guys, and that's really exciting. I'm also running it for my Demon Plague group. So if you keep an eye on my Twitter, you will see how that table is going too, how that game is going, which is similar but different, I would pretty much say. So it's pretty exciting to see all the different ways this scenario can go, and it's really a good time. So thank you so much, guys, WebDM guys, for letting me run this for you. I'm
Our
so
pleasure.
happy you were open to it, and I loved playing with you. So, and Lisa, of course, always a pleasure. So,
Thanks for inviting me.
I think that's it, right, guys? I kind of took over at the end. Sorry about that.
That's all
It's
right.
your
That's
channel.
all good, man.
All right, cool.
all
So we'll be back next week again, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll finish up Chariot of the Gods. Bye.
Nice.